Hello, everybody, and welcome in the French Wrecking Crew, TFWC. Hashtag. Oh, it's been a while. I know it's my fault. On my left, I have my wee assistant for tonight, Mrs. Sharon Sunshine. We make his comeback after 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy to see you tonight, my wee me. How are you
Oh,
doing?
good. I'm good.
Good.
I'm actually good. Thanks. How
We
how
have
are you? Are you
Oh,
okay?
me, I'm all the time fine with a good beer from Belgium.
Well, it
we
comes out
have
your tap. Does it not come out your taps? You just turn the tap on and beer comes out. Not water.
we have Becca. Becca, I will not present you. Everybody know who you are. How are you doing, Becca?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm here at work, but I wanted to pop in and say hi.
Right. Okay. And we have Mr. Drew Hurstbison, my favorite, my lovely one.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it was a secret, but
oh it's all out now.
How are you doing, Drew?
Good, good, good.
Good. It's good. It's good. It's really good to see you all tonight here, and I think we will have some guests tonight in Plus to talking about everything. So I don't know how to start the show tonight because yeah, I'm a little bit shy, but I will I will, I will, I will let Becca start first. To yeah, I will give you. I
Oh
give you the mic,
no!
Becca. No, no, okay, no.
Oh
It,
no!
it was to be polite. You know me. It's
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
so
okay.
okay, okay. So I
But
turn on
is there
Drew.
a topic then?
No, there is not a
Is
pick.
there a topic or?
No, not a pick. This is the idea of the show. This is an open mic discussion about everything you want to talk about. We can talk about ice cream. We can talk about the time traveler, or the pyramid of Giza, or we can talk about the case. We can talk about the case. We can talk about some books we love. We can talk about everything we want. So it's the idea uh, of the open mic discussion. It's not like um, for full play. Then I say hello, full play, great job.
Yeah,
They do open mic discussion, but about the case. So
Yeah.
I do an open mic discussion about everything.
yeah.
Anything
Well, we
goes.
could talk. What's on
Sorry.
my mind is we can talk about Pokemon, or we can talk about the documentary 411 I just saw yesterday.
That
Huh?
sounds good.
Okay, Pokemon or 411?
411.
Both.
I don't know about
Okay.
Pokemon. My daughter could get in on that. Or maybe.
I was like, well, that's what's been on my mind. I was actually watching this documentary. It's called 411 Missing. And it's
Mhm.
about this guy who basically researches and documents missing cases of people who disappear in the wilderness. And he was talking about a few different cases, mostly dealing with children. I know there's another documentary, 411 The Hunted, which involves hunters that go missing in the wilderness. But the kid one is interesting because I was reading an article um, recently before watching it, and they were talking. One person was talking about how there might be portals in the forest, which is kind of weird, but
I
I don't know.
have
I
seen
kind
the
of believe in
video.
that stuff,
Yeah. I
and
just did a show on that.
because yeah, because like a lot of these kids disappear and they just like completely vanish, and there's like no trace of them whatsoever. Like they can't even prove that an animal got them because there's no drag marks, no blood, no nothing. They just disappear.
It's
Yeah,
weird, isn't
Isn't
it?
like
that
in the
crazy?
Mm-hmm.
book of Drew. I uh
Oh,
sorry.
see, he goes to bed with your books. He cuddles them at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that book has some hallmarks of a missing 411. I mean,
Oh
they
yeah.
were in a national forest, the Plumas National Forest, which is one of the hallmarks of missing 411. Just that's a strange case, and it's different than a lot of the cases because 5 guys went missing as a group, and that's very rare. Usually, most of the missing 411 cases are a single person that gets separated from a group, but Yuba County 5 was
Right.
5 guys that went missing altogether, and they recovered 4 of them, and one of the guys was never found to this day, and that all happened in 1978. So I obviously think it's the greatest, most mysterious missing persons case ever. Just because of all the circumstances around it that are so mysterious and what happened to these guys. 4 of them had intellectual disabilities. 1 of them had schizophrenia, and they all went out to go see their favorite basketball team one night, and they never made it home. So it was just a real strange deal. There's a real big podcast coming out on it that I got to work on next month,
great.
which is the month they
Yeah.
went missing. It was February, so it's going to
Yeah.
come out on the anniversary of that, which was February 24th. By a company called Mopac Audio, and it's going to be a really deep dive into this case. That if anybody is not familiar with it yet, start with that podcast. Obviously, there's a lot of good YouTube stuff on that case, but that podcast is going to just go through everything.
Is the podcast out yet, or is it not out yet?
It's not out yet. It'll be out on February 24th next month.
Okay.
Yeah, look for.
I'll definitely be listening to that.
Yeah, it's cool. You'll
Me
enjoy
too.
it if you like the 411 stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Drew, can you talk about a little bit more about your book? Because I have wrote the book and it's really well writing first because Drew is I like your style, really. I'm not really an English reader because when I read a book, often it's in French. It's in French. But when I have learned your book and the book of Ned, the Han, Killer on the White Horse, that I have here, it's a novel. It's a novel about the Zodiac Killer and the Manson family
the
connection.
Manson connection. Yeah, it's fiction, but it's loosely based
fiction.
on the Zodiac Killer. Of course, it
Yeah.
happens on the East Coast, not the West Coast.
Yeah.
So good job, Ned.
Oh yeah, really good job. And I recommend everybody to go on Black Box Online Radio because it's absolutely amazing. I really enjoy to listen. Ned, he take the time to explain everything and talking about every subject. There is a lot of subjects talking about. Really, Ned is really one of my favorite YouTuber. Really.
Yeah,
Thought it was
Ned's
Drew.
great.
Thought it was Drew.
Mine was Jerome, but now it's
And I
Ned.
thought it was me. I thought it was Becca. I mean, what's
Yeah,
going on here?
I know before it was Richard and after it was Millbilly and I know,
And Paul, it used to
and
be Paul, you know?
yeah, Paul for sure. Paul.
Poor Paul.
No, I heard from
Yeah.
Ned today. He said he's going to have a really good. He said I should be really excited about a Zodiac Monday. So there's
Yeah.
something good coming up on Zodiac Monday. I don't know if he found something new or heard something new, but I'm looking forward to that. He told me that today. He sent me a message, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what he's
yeah.
got, but he usually wouldn't tip me off and say, "Hey, you might like Monday's show. I hope you like Monday's show," or something along those lines. So I'm really looking forward to Black Box on Monday.
Oh, I never miss a show. Never. It's so excellent. So, Drew, could you please talk a little bit more about the people who strangely disappears, the book you have write?
Yeah, Out of Bounds, Yuba County 5 guys that went missing in 1978 February. Like I said, they went to go see a basketball game. They were really into basketball. They played on a Special Olympics team called the Gateway Gators, and they were really looking forward to playing in a regional tournament the next Saturday after they went missing. So the Friday night before they went missing, they went to go see their favorite basketball team, the UC Davis Aggies that were from Sacramento. They lived near Sacramento, being in Yuba County, California. They were all from in and around Yuba County or Yuba City. And they went to go see their favorite team play on the road in a place called Chico, California. It was about an hour or so drive northwest of where they lived. And they went to the game. Their team won. They were really happy about that. Went to a little store after the game, and they got some snacks for their drive home. Just a simple drive home. It was a chilly night, but they didn't plan on doing anything crazy. So only one of them brought a jacket, which was a guy named Gary Mathias, and he was the outlier of the group. He had schizophrenia, but he was on his medication. So when he was on his medication, he was like everybody else. But the other four guys had learning disabilities. They were kind of just what they would call slow or mildly retarded, and they were all different levels of that.
Right.
A guy named Jack Madruga was the driver that night, and he had a driver's license. He was a little slow, but his family said he was just kind of really shy in social situations. He had been to Vietnam as a truck driver, so he wasn't real bad, just really shy and kind of what they call on the spectrum now.
Mhm.
So they leave in Jack Madruga's car from the basketball game, go to the little store called Bears Market, got their snacks, and they never showed up back home. Their parents, it got to be around 3 in the morning, and this was highly out of character for them. And they were all, their ages ranged from 24 to 32. So these were grown men, but four of them were like little boys in grown men's bodies. So they all lived at home, including Gary, because he had a schizophrenia, so he had to kind of be looked after. But when they didn't come home by 3 in the morning, the parents started calling the other, and they were saying, no, we haven't seen our son, and we haven't seen Jackie. And that's when they knew something was wrong. And they were all supposed to meet up later that morning to go play in their tournament game that they were really all looking forward to. They had their uniforms laid out, all this kind of stuff. And they were going to meet up at a local store there in Yuba City, and none of them showed up. So then they knew something is wrong. All these guys are missing. Something bad has happened, and they immediately started searching. And it took about 3 days later, they found Jack's car way up in the Plumas National Forest, completely off course from where they lived, from where the basketball game was. And of course, nobody was inside the car. The window was rolled down. It had a quarter of a tank of gas in it. They hotwired the car to get it back to Oroville, California. So there was nothing wrong with the car, and it was just barely stuck in the snow. And 5 guys could have easily have pushed the car out. So there was just a strange thing initially, just to begin with, because these 5 guys could have easily have pushed this car out. It quickly hotwired. There was nothing wrong with it mechanically. Had gas in it. The wrappers of the snacks they ate were still in the car. There was maps in the car. And they couldn't find any sight of the boys anywhere. They were called the boys affectionately because they were so, they were really gentle, sweet natured guys because they had learning disabilities, and no sign of them anywhere. They did not. And that was on February 24th, 1978. They found the car. I think it was February 26th, on Monday of 1978. They did not find any trace of them for another 3 months. And, early June, they had to wait for the snow to melt, literally, to try to do better searches because it's bad weather up there. They were at a really high elevation. They were almost at 6,000 feet up in the Plumas. And some motorcycle riders went through the Plumas National Forest, and they smelled what they thought. They went into this unmanned Forest Service trailer camp where they would man this trailer, for, fire spotting and stuff like that, but it wasn't being used at the time. And these guys rode into that camp, and one of them was hit with this terrible smell. He thought it was a dead animal, and he thought it was coming from this Forest Service trailer. He noticed the door was unlocked. He went inside the trailer, and one of the men, our boys, Ted Weir, he was 32 years old, was deceased, laying on a bed. He had 8 sheets pulled up to his neck, like someone had been, caring for him for a long time. His feet were severely frostbitten. There was a few cans of food laying on the ground where he was eating, trying to survive. And, that was about, at least they think he was alive in that trailer for at least 12 weeks before he died, judging on his beard growth. And that was the first discovery in the case of any of the 5, was finding one of them dead in that trailer, but there was no sign of the other guys. So now they had a place to look. So they started searching all around in a radius around that Forest Service trailer, and they wound up finding 3 other of the bodies, which were literally just bones at that point. Animals had scattered them. 2 of them had died near the road. One of them was a little further away. Jack Madruga, the driver of the car, they found the car key still in his pocket. He was actually clutching his wristwatch, but it was just bones that had been scattered. His skull had been dragged away off by animals, and no sign of Gary Mathias anywhere. The guy that had schizophrenia, there was just no sign of him. Real devastating for the families. They were up there when the searches were going on, and they were there when their loved ones' bones were found, and it was just, they would just fall down and break down. And I mean, it was just so tragic, and that really began the mystery. Why did these guys go up there? They don't know if they were chased. They don't know if something scared them up that mountain road. They didn't just get lost. Jack knew how to just turn the car around. It wasn't
Something happened. Yeah.
Something happened to them. They were either followed from the basketball game and scared, or someone else got in their car and drove them up there, which I don't think. I think Jack Madruga drove his own car, but something scared them up that mountain and then scared them out of their car. I mean, this is 5 physically fit grown men that were on a basketball team.
Yeah.
And they went uphill. They abandoned the car and they went uphill to where this trailer was found, and going around this path that was cut by a snowcat, what they call a snowcat, because it left a trail for them to go by. They walked at least 9 miles uphill with no winter clothes. It's freezing temperatures, 3 to 6 foot snow drifts, and they left a perfectly running car that they could have gotten unstuck, and they wind up walking uphill, which is very unusual for anybody. Usually you want to naturally go downhill when you're lost. You don't go uphill, but something scared them so bad that they fled up the hill. And it's believed that 3 of them that they found outside of the trailer, actually 2 of them they believe died of hypothermia before they made it to the trailer. Obviously we know Ted Weir made it to the trailer. He lived about 8 to 10 weeks. And another one named Jackie Hewitt, who was the most affected. He had an IQ of like 50. They think he made it to the trailer. And also Gary Mathias, that had schizophrenia. They think that he took Ted's leather shoes and swapped out his sneakers because they were sturdier leather shoes. And then he just headed out on his own after taking care of Ted for 8 to 10 weeks and just headed out into the wilderness and maybe just got further out and died. One lady I talked to, that's Jack Madruga's cousin, fully believes she saw Gary Mathias way after the bodies were found, which is a startling revelation if he actually made it out of the woods. But if he wasn't on his schizophrenia medication, he would have been really bad by then. He wouldn't have known who he was. He wouldn't have known where he was. So the debate continues today. Did he survive or not? Is he a homeless guy out in California in a camp and he just doesn't know who he is? Most seem to believe that he just got further away where they never found his bones. And, since that time in 78, there's been a lot of fires up in the area. So, the mystery is at least 3 of them made it to that trailer, but they never started a fire. There was matches in that trailer. There was propane that would have provided heat to the trailer that was right in the back. And at least Gary Mathias would have known when he was still on his medication, when he got there, to either start a fire outside with matches. There was paperback books all over there that you could have started a fire with. Plenty of things that you could do. There was food in cans next to them in another trailer, and they only opened a small amount of those, and they don't know why. They think that maybe they felt that it was stealing or something like that. But when you're starving to death, wouldn't you have eaten more food? There was enough food there for all 5 of them to live for an entire year, yet they hardly touched the food. Never started a fire. It was just like they were scared out of their minds, and they were probably scared if they started a fire, whoever chased them up there may find them further up the road at the trailer. So to this day, we don't know what happened to those guys.
No.
So,
and if you
I have
want
some
more
questions.
information, buy this book. It's available on Amazon, and it's really well written. Becca, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. So I work actually with intellectually disabled adults who are profoundly intellectually disabled. So my question is like, on what level would you say they are intellectually disabled? Like, what level of care do you think they needed?
They ran the whole gamut out of the 4 of them, because 4 of them had intellectual disabilities, and like Jackie Hewitt was the worst. He had an IQ of around 50. He just was really. Back then they didn't have many terms. The term special needs didn't exist, so they were just referred to as mildly retarded. All 4 of them. Jack Madruga was the least affected of the four. Like I said, he had a driver's license. He was a good driver. It was his car that was abandoned, and the car was his baby. And they said when the car was found that the underbody was not damaged at all, and that's the way he would have driven his car because he worked hard to pay for it, and he didn't even want to drive it on a rutted out road to even mess up under the car because it would have bothered him. He's like real OCD about the car. So you had both ends of the spectrum. Ted Weir, no, I don't think any of them were really ever formally diagnosed. Maybe Bill Sterling was, I don't remember, but it was obvious they had learning disabilities. But they did, all went to high school, all graduated high school. They were just considered, slow. They were slow.
Yeah.
Ted Weir once, I mean, here this kind of explains Ted. There was a fire at his house when he was younger, and the house was clearly on fire, and his older brother came to get him out of the house, and Ted said, "No, I can't leave because I got to go to work in the morning." He didn't really have the understanding that he would die if he stayed in the house. So on that end, he was pretty bad off.
Because like if they had like undiagnosable underlying conditions like OCD and stuff like that, the guys I work with are pretty like, just for a fire drill, it's hard to get them out of the house. So
yeah, that's similar to
I can imagine if you put them in a house, even though they have food and all the necessities, if they have the minds of basically children and they can't really fend for themselves without having help there, I can understand that they would basically starve. But the question is still, what got them to that house?
What got them there? What scared them there? Something must have scared them.
Yeah,
I agree.
Especially Gary. I mean, Gary was a pretty tough guy.
You mentioned one of the guys you said has schizophrenia, and he was documented to be medicated at the time.
Yeah, he was on medication. He took 3 different medicines for it that they really had a good combo at that time. That he was pretty much normal for I think 2 years leading up to the disappearance. I mean, he had a lot of violent things that had in the past because he had done really bad drugs. He would get off his schizophrenia medication. He could become very violent, and a lot of people speculate that he just snapped that night and went and somehow caused the demise of his friends. But it doesn't seem to add up because somebody took care of Ted Weir for at least 8 weeks, and nobody else really would have been able to do that but Gary.
And it was in the 70s.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Different time, yeah. And
yeah, it was a different time, different medical stuff. Yeah.
They were looked at differently too. I mean, back then, and I'm understanding this more now, even after the book was written, that they were really looked down upon, or they were kind of not like a jealousy, but they were just they weren't regarded well when you had a handicap like that. They were just they played they were good athletes, and they were resented for that. Like, how are these mildly retarded guys that good at basketball? This isn't right. We're gonna fix that. That they literally had that attitude towards them back in the day, and it's really sad.
Right.
I mean, it was just a real prejudice against them for being that way. And fortunately, they had a community program they went to called the Gateway Projects, which taught them a trade. They're the ones that taught them basketball and got them on the Special Olympics team because it was sponsored by that program. It's called Gateway. That's why they were the Gateway Gators. So that was a great resource for people that had learning disabilities and other disabilities. That's why Gary was there. He didn't have a learning disability, but he had a psychological problem with schizophrenia. So it was kind of a catch-all for just anyone struggling that needed to learn a trade or get counseling kind of thing. So fortunately they had that, but the attitudes towards disabled people back then were really bad.
Yeah.
It's
really bad.
really a strange story. And we've got a question for Bat Falcon asking if they are working at the time. They all had job, I think.
They all had jobs.
Yep.
I don't know about Gary. I don't recall. They all the 4 of the boys did have jobs at one point or another. They did hold jobs for a while. I don't think Gary was though. Gary just was kind of bouncing around.
Okay.
But he had been in the Army as well though. Gary and Jack Madruga had both been in the Army. Gary was stationed over in Germany, where he went AWOL for a while. So like I said, he did have a violent past.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. This is
I'll have to read the book because it sounds really awesome.
Yeah, it's the craziest missing persons case. I mean, they call it the American De-Outlaw Pass, based on the Russian hikers that went missing in 1959 in the Ural Mountains, because it happened in winter. I think
yeah.
the Dyatlov incident was in a February too, and it was
Yeah.
they always say what happened to those hikers was done by an unknown compelling force. They
Yeah.
had all those injuries done to their
Right.
bodies and stuff, and that's the same thing said of the Yuba County Five. That an unknown compelling force made them flee up that mountain in street clothes in freezing temperatures through 3 to 6 foot snow drifts like maniacs. Just something just scared them so bad out of their wits that they fled up a tall, I mean, high elevation mountain in pitch black, and it's pitch black out there. And they
Oh
probably
yeah,
found that
completely.
trail,
Yeah.
and then they three of them seem to have made it to the trailer. Two didn't. They think they just laid down because it was so cold. They just died of hypothermia, and the other three managed to make it there.
I would
Hey,
like
Shireen.
yeah, I would like just take a moment to say hello to everybody in the chat. Hello to I really hope you are well. I know this 2 year was really hard for everyone. This is to them.
Look at William wrote.
Yeah. Yeah, this last 2 year was really rough for everyone. I know with
Yeah.
not especially with the COVID, but with everything it was hard for a lot of reason, and I really hope to you, all of you, then 2022 will be better because this 2 year was absolutely horrible, but we continue to go forward and
Onward and
Yeah.
upward is what we say.
yeah.
Onward and upward. Yep. Just keep going.
You are
That's all you can do.
resilient, Jerome.
Oh yeah, I am. I am. Oh
Yes.
yeah. All the time when I wake up, when
When you wake up. When?
I, I know, but it's true. I am resilient. Yeah, it's true.
You are.
Yeah. So let's move on. We want to
Oh.
take the mic.
There's Neil,
Oh, Neil. Hello, Neil. Hello, my bro.
my husband.
Oh, hello, Neil.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's true. It's a very interesting
Neil.
story, and what Drew wrote, it's really excellent. We can talk about just a little bit about the Zodiac if you want, because there is this amazing book. I love this book. I will tell
Always
you
love
why.
that in books.
No, but really, I will tell you why. Because it was the first time in my life then somebody was pointed his finger on Don Cheney.
Yeah,
And I
I
was
respect.
so happy that someone talks about him, and it
Mhm.
was Drew. And so I directly contact Drew to say, "Wow, you
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 sent
are
a picture of yourself holding the book, and you're the first
yeah
person that ever did that. So
yeah
Oh,
yeah it's true it's true." But I like promote people I love, and
and me and the editor was very happy with that photo. It was like, whoa, somebody in Belgium actually going to read something that we wrote.
really, wow,
Yeah, that was all
it
fantastic. When you sent that photo holding the book, that meant a lot. I mean, you're the first
we need
person
to
to
get you one
ever
from
do that.
Scotland then as well. We get you
Oh,
one from
absolutely,
Scotland.
absolutely. But Jerome was the first. Jerome, no one had
Jerome
ever
the
sent a
first.
picture
Yep.
of holding the book. Jerome's the first person to do that.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
but it's me, and yeah, and when I read the book, I was, yeah, wow, somebody talks about Don Cheney. And why it was so interesting, because in the documentary his name was actually Alan. We have some people testify about who was actually Alan, and we have his friend Don Cheney, Sandy Panzarella, other people, law enforcement. We have even Robert Graysmith talking about the case. And yeah, I when I see this documentary, directly in my mind, something was wrong.
Something wrong with
knew.
that guy. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing. That's what turned me on to it.
yeah.
I knew the
Exactly.
case a little bit, but when I saw
Mm.
that documentary, I'm like, wait a minute. This documentary came out with the Fincher film in 2007, and it was supposed to
Yeah.
be a deeper look into Arthur Lee Allen, the prime suspect
Mm.
that the Zodiac book was written about by Robert Graysmith, that was made into the David Fincher film, which mainly focuses on Arthur Lee Allen, played by John Carroll Lynch, which did a fantastic job in that. And you watch this documentary about a deeper look into Arthur Lee Allen with his friends there that knew him, like Don Chaney, Sandy Panzarella. You have Norman Boudreau, which was a really good friend of
Yeah.
Arthur Lee Allen, and a guy named Ralph Spinelli, who was not friends with Arthur Lee Allen,
No,
but tells a story about how Arthur Lee Allen told him he was going to become a contract killer and all this. And it's very well produced, like the movie. And you watch it and you're like, wait a minute, all these guys seem like they're crazy. Number one, and then number two, Don Chaney comes off as so suspicious you can't get your mind off of it. They announced in that video that Don Chaney said he licked Arthur Lee Allen's stamps for him. What grown man licks another man's postage stamps? That was so
No,
absurd that people I couldn't get my mind around that. I couldn't get my mind around that. When he said that, I was stuck. I was like, wait a minute. This guy needs a deeper look. And then my friend Tony always reminds me, don't forget every time you tell that and you talk about Zodiac, remember that in that video he also mentions that Don Chaney gave Arthur Lee Allen his thumbprint in
on a
paraffin wax.
paraffin packs.
And paraffin wax.
What?
Yeah, I mean, how crazy is that? So it's like, wait a minute, this guy's the prime suspect in the Zodiac case. An entire major motion picture's just been made about it. And the friend is now saying he licked his postage stamps, number one. And number two, he gave him his thumbprint in the paraffin wax just because he asked him, could you please put your thumb in that wax for me, buddy, Don? How do
Give
you
us a
get
wee
your mind around
while
that?
you're at it. Yep, shoe print and yep.
How weird is
The
that?
next
Now,
thing you know, he's asking like, "Hey, can I get a little bit of your blood just for reasons?"
oh, he would have. And it's like, wait a minute.
Some epithelials and
Yeah, and this is going on in the the thing. The film was made in 2006. It came out in 2007, but the case was still open in the early 90s. It's still open. It was people were murdered, but a detective named George Bowert heard it, but no one had ever heard that story about Don Chaney. Of course, he came up with that whole concept of licking his friend's stamps when he heard they were going to test Arthur Lee Allen's DNA. So you think Don was a little worried his own DNA might show up, or his thumbprint, or a fingerprint, and so he would be covered if it did, and it never did. Luckily for him, he just got lucky, but I could not get around that. Thumbprint and licking stamps. I'm like, I'm stuck on you, friend. I'm like, we're going to find out a little bit more about you, and that's what started it for me.
Andrew continue after this book or to continue to talking on YouTube on the Zodcast. If you can share the link, Sharon, if you can find it.
She'll find it. She's good.
Thanks.
She's the best. and you have continued to talking about that, and I mean, for me, I have my own idea, my own opinion. My opinion doesn't care, but I have my own opinion. For me, it was Don Chaney and Sandy Panzarella. Why? I will tell you why just right now. Because first, Don Chaney, for all the reason you have explained, Drew, and Sandy Panzarella, I think he was involved because this guy was so rich. He has made a huge industry, and he was working for himself. He was his own boss, and he had a lot of money. He was friend with, for sure, Don Chaney, but also with the brother of Arthur Lee Allen. And they have spent time together because in 1962, I think, they were living together. And who shocked me the most in this stuff, in this documentary, his name was Arthur Lee Allen. It's not the fact that Panzarella was looking weird because being weird is not a crime, like Ned said.
Yeah.
but
I don't like that.
but you know, the idea about somebody who write, I like killing people because it's so much fun. It's
More fun
better.
than killing
Yeah,
a wild game in the forest.
it's exactly.
Yeah.
It's maybe somebody we can have everything, but I don't think there is a company, even in the United States, you can pay for killing. No. So killing, it's something else, something even with money you can
Excitement.
do. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
excitement. It's
You've
exactly.
had all the money and all the women, and now you're looking for a thrill. Yeah, that
Yeah,
concept's been in a couple of movies where
Yeah.
I can't remember. One was with Michael Douglas, where these real rich guys get kidnapped and they have to try to escape and all that because they've had
Yeah.
all the thrills of hunting and money and all the
yeah,
material things you could want. So they have to do up the level of excitement for those guys.
yeah. And I think it was something like this, but the problem is I don't have proof to against him. I'm looking to have sample of his handwriting because I never see his handwriting. I don't think the police had made tests on Cheney about fingerprints or handwritings neither. So I think
The last
Cheney
victim?
and yeah, we have lost Becca, but she will maybe come back. It was just maybe her connection. She had a bad connection,
I was
and
just putting our channel up there as well.
and for
Sorry.
me it was perfect. It was
She's back.
perfect because it was Don Cheney with all this idea. Don Cheney, his friend and his boss, because Don Cheney was working for Panzarella, and in the same times I was thinking, yeah, if Cheney was caught, Panzarella can continue to be the Zodiac, and like this, Cheney is released, and they put the finger or Arthur Lee Allen,
Mhm.
and that's what they do in a sort of in the documentary. They point the finger or on Allen. So I was asking myself, why Sandy Panzarella is in this documentary, and why is talking about all these supposedly things taken place in the past. Don Cheney, I can understand because Don Cheney was the first one to alert the police, Armstrong and Toshi, to talking about Allen. So yeah, for me it makes sense. Don Cheney was in the documentary, but why Panzarella?
Mhm.
I don't really understand, and I have this feeling that yeah, the excitement of killing were was really more than everything he can have, money, woman, you know, everything. But I can be wrong for sure. It's just an
It's a good
idea.
theory.
But thank you.
I know a lot about Panzarella. I mean, and anything I know about him, I tell you. I
Yeah,
know he had a dark side, or
yeah,
he had some kind of this is his daughter had written about him on her Facebook page, and I tried to talk to her. And of course, she had nothing to do with me, but it was
no,
Panzarella's daughter. He had two sons and a daughter, and she wrote about him like he had some kind of I don't know if you'd call it a depression or an insecurity. What we would call it just a deep insecurity, and that kind of really bothered him. Like maybe caused him. I mean, she loved him. I think he was a pretty good father, according from what I could tell. But he had a real deep insecurity, and you're thinking why? Because he started this company out of Cal Poly Pomona with two other friends. Actually, it wasn't two other guys, but Panzarella was the spearhead and the owner of
yeah,
the
yeah,
company.
yeah,
It was called Science Dynamics, and they did computerized medical billing. And they had this idea in the early 1960s: computerized medical billing. That's not going to go anywhere, right? I mean, it exploded.
yeah.
It exploded. The company just grew by leaps and bounds, and he was a smart guy.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
was an electrical engineer, electronics engineer, Of course, Don Chaney was a mechanical engineer, and they met at Cal Poly Pomona. That's where you would learn the different engineering trades and how to be an engineer of the different kinds. So they lived with Ron Allen, Arthur Lee Allen's younger brother. That's how they
Yeah.
all met. But Panzarella did the best out of all those guys because he started Science Dynamics. And he was just super smart. But like his daughter said, he had some deep seated insecurities. And he was a real nice looking guy. If you look
Oh,
at these
yeah.
older pictures I've sent you of him, I mean, he was athletic. He skied
Yeah.
all the time. He went snow skiing all the time. He was. They said he looked like the football player Joe Namath. Back, this quarterback for the New York Jets back
Yeah.
in the day. Real good looking guy. Tons of money, beautiful wife at the time. He got divorced the first time, then he got remarried. Money everywhere, could do whatever he wanted, and yet he had these deep insecurities. He had everything a man could want, and had this insecurity about him. So that's there could be something there, Jerome.
Mhm.
And then when I think of Panzarella, I think of the dragon card with the Zodiac.
the
because
dragon
what's
card.
on the dragon card? You have Don Quixote, and the story of Don Quixote, and Don Quixote's pictured on the Zodiac correspondence called the dragon card. And you have the sidekick of Don Quixote, which is who? Sancho Panza. And Sandy's name was Santo was his real name. He went by Sandy. His real name was Santo, and his last name was Panzarella. Sounds a lot like Sancho Panza, doesn't it? And then you have Don
Yep.
Quixote. Well, you have Don Chaney. So
Yeah.
they think that card represents both of them. And Tony yesterday, that I do some research with, told me that he felt that the dragon card was kind of like a threat or a back in your face to Arthur Lee Allen, like I am
Yeah.
coming after you with
Yeah.
Sandy. That was a threat to Allen.
I was
Like, we're
thinking
gonna
the
come
same.
forward.
Yeah.
Because those two guys came forward together. Actually, Chaney says he went to Pomona police and said, "Hey, my buddy told me on New Year's Day '69 I'm going to go kill people on Lovers Lanes, and he's going to call himself the Zodiac, and he's got this wristwatch, Zodiac wristwatch with the name Zodiac in the cross circle." And he said the Pomona police just tuned him out. So what does he do next? He goes to his friend Sandy Panzarella, who's also his boss at the time, because
Yeah.
he hires his friend because he's having trouble finding another job. Why? Don Chaney's highly intelligent. He's trained as a mechanical engineer. Why does he have so
Exactly.
much trouble finding a steady job? Because he
Exactly.
might be busy writing letters in his basement, maybe. So he's working for his friend, making good money. He's like the manager of Science Dynamics, hiring and firing people, looking for new help to do. They did a lot of key punch stuff at Science Dynamics. It was located in Manhattan Beach, California, really expensive area, not far from Los
Yeah.
Angeles. And Don was working for him, probably making good money because his friend was already just rolling in it. And why would you not? Why would you? And he wound up leaving that job. Why would you leave a job like that? Crazy. Because who knows? Maybe they were starting to, just getting paranoid with each other. But he's working for Panzarella, and then he goes to Panzarella about his story about Arthur Lee Allen. He says, "Hey, Sandy, because Sandy knew Arthur Lee Allen as well, not as well as Don, but
No.
he said he told me he was going to be Zodiac. He told me he was going to go kill people on Lovers Lanes." And then it was Panzarella that called the Manhattan Beach police, who then in turn called San Francisco PD. And that's what got the ball rolling about the accusations on Arthur Lee
Yeah.
Allen.
Yeah.
Big problem, though. That didn't happen until July of 1971. Don says Arthur Lee Allen told him all this stuff on New Year's Day, 1969. So it took you a year and a half to come forward with that crazy story? Come on, Don. He's lying.
Yeah, and Don was lying about 69 too, because it
Because he
can be
said
possible.
68.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
About
Panzarella, I
what
don't know.
you
The
read.
dragon card that Tony said he fully believes that the dragon card was a threat to Allen, that I'm coming after you with Panzarella. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Panzarella
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Chaney both came forward.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. You can tell Tony I was really thinking the same. And for
Mhm.
me, the idea of two killer came with the idea of the two stamps on the letter.
It's a good
You
theory
see?
too.
And I was thinking, why put two stamps? Because I want mine and I want mine. You see?
Mhm.
And this is maybe a reason why sometimes there is difficulty to understand, because I think they have created a monster, the Zodiac killer. You see the personage. Like this, you are looking for one person, not
Mhm.
two. And I think it's what happened on like Berryessa. You know, on like Berryessa, I was shocking because the two first crime was really quick and by gun. It was really quick for the first crime.
Mhm.
Somebody came, fire, and left. For the second crime with Michael Maggio and Darlene Ferrin, the same. Somebody's come, fired, and left. For the Like Berryessa, it's different. He's
Mhm.
wearing a costume, a mask,
Good.
a mask. He have
Mhm.
a long knife, but he stabbed um, he stabbed Cecilia Shepard and Brian Hartnell, but they
Mhm.
survive. And Cecilia Shepard had survived 2 days after she died at the hospital, but the wounds was not really huge. I mean, because with a knife like this, you can kill
Yeah.
in one time, and it was like something like I want to give life to the zodiac and have people who see me, who
Mhm.
see the monster, the zodiac. You see
Yeah.
this monster who can kill you everywhere because he's hiding somewhere. And I think, can be wrong, but I think it was maybe a part of the plan to create this persona, to done looking for one person, to
Mhm.
looking for one person and not two person.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
it's my theory.
It could be. I mean, could
Yeah,
be. I
it
mean,
could be.
Panzarella is interesting.
Yeah.
Um, everything I know, I tell you immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
I was able to find, at least some good old photos
And
of them
thank
that
you
no
for
one had
that.
ever
Yeah.
seen. No one had ever seen those photos.
No.
Because I got them. It wasn't real easy. But he's real slow when he's speaking, and his name was Arthur the Allen because he had Parkinson's disease. It looks like he's had a stroke because he speaks very slowly.
Yeah.
But he actually had early onset Parkinson's disease, and it eventually killed him. I think he died about a year and a half ago or so. But
Yeah. Yeah.
he
It's
seems
true.
real monotone, and his mouth and everything are slow because he's got Parkinson's disease at the time. Highly intelligent guy, and
Oh yeah.
from what I know about him, it's hard to tell from that video because he's got Parkinson's and
Yeah.
it's affecting his speech. But back in the day, he supposedly had a booming, loud voice.
Yeah.
So we can't judge really anything about how he sounds by that
No.
because he's got that disease. But back in the day, who knows?
Who
Um,
knows?
he's definitely not the Sandy, I believe, that was at Gaviota Beach or that killed Smith,
No.
whatever that guy
No.
was, because that guy was younger, smaller. He was too young to be Panzarella.
Yeah.
It just happened to be the guy's name was Sandy too, but I don't think it was him. But
No, just a coincidence.
it
Yeah.
could be because I know Panzarella had some deep seated insecurities. Could be. I mean,
Yeah, it could be.
it's strange stuff. Could be. Yeah, all the money in the world, good looks, women. Maybe he got bored and did he try? How close was he to Don Chaney? I don't know. They were good friends, but could they have cooked this up together? I don't know. I mean, my whole thing is always trying to figure out the dynamic between Arthur Lee Allen and Don Chaney. A lot of people believe that it was all Arthur Lee Allen by himself, and they believe Don Chaney. You can't believe Don Chaney. He lied too
No.
many times. And
Mhm.
if Arthur Lee
No.
Allen is a stealth killer, why would he entrust all these secrets to Don Chaney? That come on. He had a closer friend, and Glenn Reinhardt was his best friend for life. But he's going to tell Don Chaney that, hey, I'm going to be the Zodiac. I just trust you not to tell on me. And the strangest thing is when Arthur Lee Allen was finally told who ratted him out, I guess. They said it was your buddy Don Chaney. He said, "Oh, he's a nice guy." He didn't even have a bad word to say about him. So it's really weird what's going on.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
what continues to fuel the
Yeah. The
the
story.
whole conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ralph Spinelli was sweet too. I don't believe him because
No, he's a
Mhm.
liar.
he's a
He's a
liar.
convicted con.
Yeah.
He was up for 2 armed robberies of
Yeah.
businesses. He had mafia connections.
Yeah.
The interesting thing would be who tipped off Ralph Spinelli that they were looking at Arthur Lee Allen. That's what I really want to know, Jerome, is how of course, when Robert Graysmith wrote the book, he didn't call him Arthur Lee Allen. He called him Robert Hall Starr was the name he gave
Robert
to Arthur
All-Star.
Lee
Yeah.
Allen. But
Yeah.
of course, he knew who it was, and
Yeah.
who was giving Robert Graysmith all his information about Allen. Don Cheney. Don Cheney was a goose that laid the golden egg for
I
Robert
think so.
Graysmith.
Yeah, I think so.
Of course.
I'm-
then
I don't
you have
see
Paul
something
Avery.
else given. No.
Paul
No.
Avery, how does he come into the whole thing? He's working with Robert Graysmith at San Francisco Chronicle. Those guys are running around together. Then you find out that Don Cheney and Paul Avery went to the same little junior college in 1952. 1952, way before the first canonical Zodiac crime that happened in December of 1968. You have two principal players in this case going to the same tiny junior college 4 hours away from San Francisco, where there's just over 100 male students in the freshman class.
Yeah.
Think they knew each other? Come on.
And
Everything
Secret
points
pal.
out.
plus, he knew Paul Stein. It's crazy.
Mhm.
It's crazy. I don't know if you know that, Sharon, but Paul Avery knew Paul Stein, the
Mhm.
last
Aye.
victim of the
Victim.
Zodiac.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a coincidence.
It's not a
All this
coincidence.
story, all this story is not a coincidence.
No.
Last time I speak on the show with sorry. Did Alan know anything about drafting or higher
Of course
mathematics?
not.
No,
Of course
doing
not.
that.
Allen could not draft. His
No.
father could actually, but Arthur Lee Allen was not geared towards mathematics. That's why he went into education as a teacher. I think Avery could have. I think Avery knew a lot
Computer and
more.
kids.
That's why he was getting tipped. But Allen was not mathematically inclined. He was pretty smart. He was a school teacher. He was a junior chemist. He was never. It was back then. You would go with what you were suited to. Like we were talking about Panzarella being an electronics engineer, highly intelligent guy. So you knew what your aptitude, what we'll call it, is before you went into your line of business or what you were going to study first. Like you weren't going to become a mechanical engineer like Don Cheney if you didn't have a good already have an ability to do mathematics. And what are the ciphers? Those are mathematical. Coming up with all that. Arthur Lee Allen did not have the ability to sit there and draft, which the Zodiac could do because he used thicker lines, thinner lines. That's what a mechanical engineer learned how to do when they were drawing lines and pipes and different thicknesses, because it wasn't on computer back then. But what's interesting is because I was doing research with Tony, and he was coming, like finding out the different words that were misspelled in the ciphers, not the letters, because there's tons of misspelled words purposely in the letters from Zodiac, but there's misspelled words in the
like
cipher
Paradise.
too. Paradise, yeah. Where did that name come from? Don Cheney's first cousin,
And you
twice
find
removed.
Yeah.
I found that. Yeah, that was an easy one. It's like the best
No.
finds were my easier ones. I mean, some other you have to dig harder, but yeah, Don Cheney's first cousin twice removed, or his mother's father. First cousin was Mary Ingersoll Paradise, with the rare spelling Paradice. As a surname, that is the rarest surname in all of America at the time. There was no one you could look at every San Francisco phone book for 20 years and you will not find that last name. Yet Don Cheney has a close relative with that name. And of course, the Zodiac loved the word paradise, where his slaves were going to be in paradise, Paradice. I mean, that is stunning. If that turned out to be just a coincidence, then let's just go home. I mean, it's not. That's where it comes from, people. And it's stunning when you look at all the stuff that Don had going for him. And what I was developing with Tony was with these misspelled words in the ciphers. What Tony first said, well, this looks like, this is something that a pipe stress analyst would know. And that's what Don Cheney was specifically. Yeah. Pipe stress analyst is a subset of mechanical engineering. He was trained as a mechanical engineer. But what I found was working with him was a lot of the misspelled words were commands of a computer program called Fortran. And that was developed in 1958. It's really the first known computer program called Fortran. And now I'm starting to think that the early ciphers, the 340, this is something I'd love Dave Aranchek to look at, because, I mean, he's the cipher expert, of course, with Jarl van Eck from Belgium, who had the computer program, and then Sam Blake, the mathematician in Australia, the three-man team came up with is did the Zodiac, who I think it is, use Fortran to develop those ciphers because we know the 340 was very difficult to break. It took 51 years,
Yeah.
3 really smart guys in a computer program, and luck. They'll even tell you that, and luck,
And luck.
to break
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Did he use Fortran to compile it? Maybe, because a lot of those misspelled words in the ciphers are Fortran commands. Don Chaney would have absolutely been an early student of Fortran, going to Cal Poly Pomona, working as
Yeah.
a mechanical engineer. He would have been versed in Fortran.
Yeah, it's I love to talking about this. And I love to listen to you, Drew. It's so
Yeah.
excellent. It's so yeah, I see a question then somebody was asking
Yeah, I
thinking
didn't like
then
it. It was over Drew's face. I didn't like putting it up. I felt it was rude.
Oh, that's okay.
somebody asked if Paul Avery knew more than he knows.
I'll get it there.
I've always thought that
Sorry, it's over
Avery
your
was
face, Drew.
involved somehow, or at least knew more than he let on.
Paul Averly is Zodiac.
Yeah,
called.
Everly. Yeah.
Why did Paul Averly get all the good
Ah.
leads? What did the Zodiac? How did the Zodiac refer to? You know about Falco. What did the Zodiac refer to Paul Averly as? His secret pal.
Pal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Secret pal.
The secret pal.
What
yeah.
is that? I mean, when you hear that, you're like, that means I know who you are. I've known you who you are. I've
Yeah.
known you since 1952 from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
That's what it tells me. I'm your secret pal. And Avery was getting all the leads. Why did the Zodiac pick out him? I mean, why did he get all the scoop? Why did Paul Averly get the Slow Boat to China letter tipping off that the Sherry Joe Bates murder could be Zodiac, which I don't believe it was, but he definitely took credit for it.
Yeah.
And why was Paul Averly given that lead with the Slow Boat to China? Because the Zodiac knew who he was from years ago. I mean, and I think he did know more because he knew he was getting inside stuff. And, you know, he may have felt threatened. Do I think he knew who the Zodiac was? Maybe.
Maybe.
But I think he definitely got things sent to him that he may have sat on, that he was told, hey, you know, I'm going to give you this stuff, but if you betray me, it's going to stop. You know, you know, I think he kind of suspected that it's somebody he may have known in the past. And what's weird is when Chaney and Avery were going to college together at Bakersfield Junior College, they were there for 2 semesters together, the fall of 52 and the spring of 53. And in 53, the college put on a production of The Mikado, which of course Zodiac heavily influenced by that Gilbert and Sullivan play.
Yeah.
And all of Avery's friends were in the lead roles, including a guy named Jim Crutcher from Burroughs High School, Avery's best friend from his high school. And, you know, all his friends are playing in this thing. So there's definitely something going on. And he knew him, you know, he knew of him. So he's trying to give him things that, and he's trying to say, your secret pal, I know who you are. You know, I remember you from Bakersfield, because you couldn't have missed Paul Avery at Bakersfield College. He ran for class president. He was director of student assemblies that would give a program every Friday. Hey, we've got dancers. We got these big entertainers would come in from Los Angeles. And from what I know, all the students went to him because it was a neat thing that it was free. You would just come watch these great productions every Friday. And for that whole semester, Paul Avery was the one that would get up on stage and introduce these people. So you could not have missed him. He was a cheerleader. No. He wrote for the school newspaper called the Renegade Rip. And then we know that Chaney was highly, you know, he will only tell you himself, he was highly attuned to things like newspapers. And what else did he like? He liked comics. Did you see Dave Aranchek's latest video about the Batman stuff? That's stunning.
Excellent.
Great job, Dave.
Great
that is
job.
an amazing video. Now he can tie in all these old comics that would have influenced the Zodiac, not just Tim Holt and Red Rider, but now Batman. So Don admitted to Tom Voigt, he said, I read the comic section first in the newspaper. And of course, Don Chaney's daughter became a comic book artist. So, you know, when the age lines up, when you're looking at all the stuff that Dave Aranchek's talking about, we're talking about comic books that were coming out in like the mid 40s. To the early 40s all the way through the 50s, but the bulk of the ones that seemed that would have influenced them came out in the 40s and 50s. And you know, Chaney was born in 34, so he's right there. You know, he's right at the right age to have been influenced by all these comics. Cowboys and Indians. Tim Holt, he camped in a Plains Indian teepee. You know, he was into that stuff, so he's got it all. Tim Holt, The Death Wheel, by fire,
The
by
Death
rope,
Wheel,
by
yeah.
gun.
Mhm.
Tim Holt went to his high school, visited his high school. Are you kidding? How many Zodiac suspects did Tim Holt go to their high school? One. And
Yeah.
he came to Bakersfield High to visit the Boy Scouts. Well,
Yeah.
Don Cheney not only went to Bakersfield High when Tim Holt came, he was also a Boy Scout. Think he was there when old Tim came with the outfit on and the guns and the whole regalia? Of course.
Yeah, everything points on
Everything falls
Cheney.
for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything. Shannon, do you have a question for Drew? Or Drew, do you have a question for Sharon?
Don't say the other way around.
No,
No,
when we
that was
first
the
talked,
last.
I will say this: when we first did that first video we did all together,
Yeah.
the three of us were on. Paul came on a little bit later, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it
And
did.
I was stunned. I mean, I already knew, Jerome. We'd already talked a little bit, or however we were, through Messenger or whatever. But
Yeah.
Sharon knew the book so well. I was just blown away. It was like, well, she
Really?
actually read this entire book. And I was like, wow,
did?
this is awesome. Yeah,
She's
I was
some
like,
woman.
she remembers everything in that book. Like, you actually read the entire book. You didn't just gloss over it or
Yeah,
were aware
no,
of it or watch a
God,
couple
no.
YouTube videos. You actually read it, and that
When-
was awesome.
When I read it, I was happy the same way that Jerome was, because Jerome and I had spoken about Don Cheney loads of times before. I think, was it before the book came out? We'd spoken.
Oh,
of-
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was a long time before the book came out. So when that came out, we were like, "Oh, somebody's talking about Don Cheney."
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
it.
So it was like when I was reading it, I was like, "Oh, I," you know, and I was like, "Yeah." So
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
impressed by that. Red Feather in the comments, you reminded me. You knew where I was going with that. It was that because we were talking about Paul Avery, and that's where I was going. I totally got off track. But Paul Avery wrote an article at the San Francisco Chronicle about how he suspected, or it was suspected, that the Zodiac was exposed to the play The Mikado from
Mhm.
watching a college production.
Yeah.
That's stunning. I mean, like, did he know that? How did he have knowledge of that? He didn't mention the fact that they did it when he was in college.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, most people just suspected the Zodiac saw it like the on TV, a production of it, or he saw it in San Francisco. Because it wasn't that uncommon. It was a really popular play, but they were doing it in downtown San Francisco during different periods. So that would just be what you would assume, where the Zodiac either saw it or if he was part of it. But Avery writes an article specifically stating that the Zodiac probably got influenced by the Mikado from seeing it in a college production. I mean, that's really stunning that he wrote that. It's
Yeah.
like it's like he knew it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Then Tom Vogt. Then
I'm going to put this up on the screen.
I have.
Jamie, he said
Hey.
it earlier on, but we were
Hello,
talking.
Jamie.
Yeah,
Nice
we
to
were
see you.
talking, and I thought I'll put it up now.
I have buy this book
Mhm.
by Tom Vogt. It's
Yeah.
all the police report, but rewriting in. You see, in
Is
In
that
a
the
night-
one where they were talking about the bullets? The shell casings, and you were
everything.
asking about
Yeah,
asking
everything.
about
the facts.
slugs and stuff. What was the word? There was a word you were trying to figure out. I can't remember, but I think that was a book. I'm trying to remember. It was something pellets. Was it pellets?
Ah, yeah,
Pellet?
pellets. Yeah. I was asking
Yeah.
It's like
Sharon
a small
what.
bullet.
Yeah,
And that was
Bec-
ages ago. That's
yeah,
why I was
because
like trying to remember
I
the
don't have.
exact word. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like, "Oh,
it was pellet. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't have understand what pellets
Yeah.
means because
Yeah,
I
it's like a
find in
small
Google.
bullet. You kill a bird. You'd kill
Yeah.
something like a bird with it. It wouldn't kill a person, but you could hurt them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like you had pellet guns or BBs
Yeah.
too. BBs is an American thing, or
Or
the
like a
little
wee-
round
like a
balls.
wee air rifle, like a wee small.
Yeah, like an air
Yeah.
rifle. Yeah.
Yeah.
A pellet's just a little bit bigger than a BB, but it's shaped more like
Yeah.
a bullet.
When we take the first attack, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, it's really strange that David Faraday, during the attack or before, I don't know because I don't know how everything happened, but it's strange. Then he don't go on the driver. He don't left on the driver door. He left on the passenger door. That's
Yeah.
mean for me. Then somebody was maybe there.
Mhm.
And I know, but
There
it's
could have been two. There could have been two shooters at Lake Herman Road. If you ever
I-
saw the video from Richard Grinnell, ZodiacCiphers.com.
Yeah,
I mean, he's an encyclopedia of the whole case. I always go to Richard Grinnell if there's something I can't remember or a question. I mean, now I've kind of been emailing with him. Man, he knows this case. I mean, he knows
Yeah, he
every
know
bit of
everything.
minutia,
Yeah.
more than Voight. Sorry,
yeah,
he knows more than anybody. It's a good reference book, by the way. I mean, Tom Voight and I are not buddies. It's pretty well known, but
Yeah.
good job on that book, Tom. I mean, it's all there and it's a good reference. So I would definitely
Oh, yeah.
recommend that book. Tom
me
Voight's
too.
not going to be recommending my book, but I will recommend his.
Does he know more than Don Cheney now?
He had him right in front of him and missed it.
Yeah, he had talked with Don, and
Yeah.
wow,
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Oh.
didn't know what we know now. But you know, when I also give Voight credit for getting Don Cheney to write him a letter because it's the only handwriting sample we have from Don.
yeah,
The rest are just you can't get them. And I give Tom credit for one interviewing him and asking some pretty good questions, and then also getting him to get Cheney to write him a letter after that interview, which was great because if you look at that letter, it's stunningly similar to the Zodiac's
Mhm.
writing. And and Voight believed that at the time. So Voight sent that letter to the police saying, John wrote me a letter, and it's kind of eerie how the writing's so similar. And he also misspells the word victim that
Yeah.
Zodiac
Mhm.
misspelled. And of course, Don Cheney wrote that letter to Tom Voight on graph paper.
Yeah.
Well, we know the Zodiac killer,
Yeah.
he used graph paper. That's why the ciphers were so neat. He used a light table and he'd lay the
Yeah,
graph paper
I
under
think
it
so,
and his
yeah.
clean paper over it. And
Yeah.
through the paper over the light, you could see the little boxes. So you could write perfectly
Yeah.
wrote cipher letters. And then you look at it, then you look at Zodiac letters and it's all this sloppy writing disguising his writing, but the
Mhm.
ciphers are they're in perfect
Yeah.
rows, horizontal and vertical. Why?
Yeah.
Because he had graph paper under it. And then Cheney writes Voight a letter on graph paper. He's telling you it's him. He's like,
Mhm.
hello,
Told
Yeah.
see me. I'm the Zodiac.
Mhm.
yeah,
That's how
Yeah,
smart he
yeah,
was. He
it's
was still
crazy.
playing the cat and mouse.
yeah. It's completely crazy. And really, if you want more information about that and about other suspects than Drew talk about, I recommend to you to buy this book on available on Amazon. Really great book, really well writing, even for a Belgian guy who don't speak English. Usually.
Your English is far better than my French.
That's what I say to him, and I'm learning French at the moment. So
Yeah. It's true. Sharon is
But it's
learning
still- it's
French,
still-
That's great.
and
I'm going to
Ned,
get the link for Drew's book as well. So give me a wee second, in case I've probably got
Yeah.
my concentration face on. I'll be like, when I'm trying to find the link, I forget myself.
don't worry. And
Okay.
yeah, I remember Ned from BB Horror told me that he will maybe doing a new video in French because he had learned French at the college and he want to made
That'd be great.
video. Yeah, it will be really great. And if I can help him, I'm here. So Ned, if you want to do French video, I'm here.
I'll
to
ask
help.
him about it. I asked him
Yeah.
to look into another thing for me for another guy I was talking to, and a case he was doing about a guy in reincarnation, and Ned goes, "Yeah, it looks interesting. I'll do a video on it." And he did it one last night. He put it up, so I sent it to the guy. He's like, "Wow, man, you got Ned to make a video for my research. I'm really happy."
Oh yeah. He's a hard worker because you have a show the Monday, the
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, Zodiac Monday, and then
Yeah, Zodiac Monday.
Ask Me
Wednesday,
Anything,
Ask
the
Me
AMAs.
Anything. And Friday is Friday, and he hosts another channel too, the Zodiac Killer channel.
Yeah, AstroPsych 400.
Yeah, it's really hard worker.
Really good.
and-
Yeah, I mean, I
really
met
good, yeah.
I met Ned like you through YouTube, and Ned had already done a video on, he was mentioning me. I guess the book was already out, but I had no idea that he had read it, or he hadn't yet, but he heard of it, or I'm thinking maybe he saw one of my videos or something like that, and he was talking about me and Don Chaney, and I never met him, and I guess I was just searching YouTube and found it, and I'm like, whoa, this guy's talking about me on his channel, and it was the first time I'd ever seen that, and I was like, this is weird, I mean, it was favorable too, so I met him that way, so that was really cool. It was the first video I saw on YouTube of somebody mentioning my name. So that
Yeah.
was a big deal. Kind of like you holding the book, it was like
Yeah.
the first. So a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
credit.
yeah.
Been friends with Ned ever since.
Yeah, Ned really is a great guy. He was supposedly to be there tonight, but too much thing to do. So next time, I hope.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
And Drew,
You had the professor
are,
on. I saw that show. You had
Yeah.
the professor.
Yeah, I have talking with Thomas Henry Horan, Professor Dad,
Mhm.
and I have a lot of respect for him, even if
Yeah,
I
great guy.
disagree. Oh yeah, really.
Super smart
And-
guy.
Oh yeah, really, because he stay himself, and that's why I really respect him and I like him, because he stay really himself. He don't play a role or want to be like this because he's on YouTube, or no, he's like he is, and I have a lot of respect for him, but I'm not agree with his hoax theory, but I could be wrong and he could be right, but I disagree with the hoax theory of, because in this theory there was a killer outside killing, but somebody had take it credit for the crime and write to the papers, and in his theory it was Al Snook, a police officer.
And Dennis Land.
And yeah, but you know more than I, Drew, but yeah, I don't think then the hoax theory is good, because all this stuff with Cheney blew my mind. So
Yeah, I mean, he was even impressed. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he's the author of the hoax theory, and a lot of people, before I even knew him, and I like him a lot, people wanted me to, oh, you really know the case. Why don't you do a video debunking it or whatever? It's hard to debunk. I mean, because it's got a lot of moving parts, but I didn't want to
Yeah.
because I think the case, needs a theory like that. I mean,
Yeah,
there's reasons
absolutely.
for a hoax theory because, he comes from
yeah,
a world of not
yeah.
really trusting the government and everything, and I agree with him. I kind of come from the same place where he does with the whole concept, and when you talk about the crimes,
agree.
well, the 4 canonical crimes can't even be linked by fingerprints or anything
No.
physical. So it breeds, a theory like his, and I
Yeah.
think it has a place.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
maybe it ties in somewhere, but he was very, very gracious towards me and friendly about my findings. And he heard about Avery going to the same junior college as Don Chaney, and it blew his mind. I mean, he wasn't like, "Oh, that's just a coincidence." No, he was like, "Yeah, that's stunning." He was like, "That's stunning."
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if that's stunning, what do you think about him having a cousin named Paradise? That's really crazy. And he was really open to all the things. I
Oh
found.
yeah, because there is people who don't accept. They refuse to debate because they are sure about their theory, but it's not like this. When he learns something, he's like me. He's like, wow, already? Wow, I take note. And he don't refute anything. He take everything, and he have a lot of respect too for everyone. So I really like him, and I hope I will have him again on the channel to talk about. I don't know what, but I'm sure it will be great. Yeah, Drew. Sorry, Sharon. Do you have anything to say?
I was just going to say I've put the link up for 4 of your books, Drew. Is it just 4? Is
Yeah,
it
well,
just
two
4?
are in one. Two are in
On
one.
Amazon.
2 short stories are in one book.
Yeah.
And Jerome got that book one day, and he thought I sent it to him. I mean, I would have, But it's so hard to send books out of the U.S. from
Yeah.
Amazon. I mean, it's like crazy. It's like you have to go through the Amazon that's connected to the
Yeah.
country or the region.
Yeah.
Even Canada. I really wanted to send a book to this guy in Canada named Jeff, and it was like, man, it's just such a difficult thing, you know. Like
Mhm.
I'd love to, but it's like I got to get one and then maybe sign it, just do it that way, which takes a little time, you know,
So
because it's so
almost
easy to
cheaper.
go in. But someone
just-
sent Jerome.
Yeah.
Cloak of the Brethren, which I think was you, Sharon. I mean, I don't know who
No.
else
No,
would
I
have
didn't,
sent it
I
because it
didn't
wasn't
send, I
me.
didn't send, no, it wasn't me either.
Didn't someone send that to you, Jerome?
No, I don't know.
Someone
I
sent
really
that
don't
to you
know.
though.
But
Somebody
But
sent you that book, right?
Somebody sent me this book,
But it wasn't
I don't
Sharon?
know who.
No, it wasn't me
was not
either.
Sharon. No.
Might
Are
have
you
been
sure?
Paul. It might have been Paul,
You think Paul did?
possibly.
Maybe Paul?
Because
I
he's
don't
got your
know.
address. Maybe.
I didn't
don't
do
know.
it. I mean, I would have loved to, and I'd love to take credit for it, but it's hard to get a book to Belgium or Scotland or
Yeah,
Canada.
I
I
think
know,
you're.
I
I think
know.
you're easier just ordering it from Amazon and then going to the post office.
So he
because-
thought I sent it to him, and I was like, I would, I wish I did, but I didn't.
You're like,
you
I'm
know?
so sorry.
So I thought you did. I'm like, who sent him that book? That's what I want to know. That's cool.
Aw. He's maybe got a secret admirer.
Yeah, a secret pal. You got a secret pal.
I have a
Not
secret
Drew
pal.
Verlee. It's you got a
But
secret
it's
pal,
true.
man.
It's true.
Yeah.
I received
You
the
have a
book.
secret
So
pal.
It might have
In
been
my-
Paul because you
in my
told him
mind,
about the other book.
yeah,
might
Yeah,
have
maybe.
it could be
Paul.
Paul. That's cool. Paul's a
Yeah,
good
it
guy.
could be. And it's a different story. And
Mystery. You're right,
and-
Red Feather. It's
and
another.
this-
It's another mystery. The books are resilient.
yeah. And could you talk just a little bit about the book, Drew?
Oh, I'll take that off. I don't want that
Yeah,
one.
that's it's fictional, and it's kind of based on some true life experience. It's about kind of about the Illuminati and secret societies and powerful people and that kind of thing. And it's a story about a guy that starts working for some of these shadowy Illuminati figures, and he goes running for his life. And it's really due a part 2 that I haven't done yet because I got so busy with these mysteries with DB Cooper and Zodiac. But I need to get back to that because it was just a story I always wanted to get out. And it's short, but it's a good read.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about Power Trooper of Fortune, the story of Ted Braden,
Yeah,
as known as DB Cooper?
I
Because
love DB Cooper. I'm
Oh,
DB
yeah.
Cooper. I've loved DB Cooper since I don't know, since I was pretty young. Since the first time I ever heard of it, it might have been on Leonard Nimoy's In Search Of show, which was in 1979. Who played Mr. Spock, Star Trek
Yeah.
guy, and he had a great documentary show called In Search Of, and he covered the DB Cooper case. This guy that hijacked a Boeing 727 and on Thanksgiving Eve in 1971, and jumped out of the aft stair. The Boeing 727 back then had an aft stair that would lower, and DB Cooper asked for a $200,000 ransom. And they brought it to him in Seattle after he took the plane from Portland, strapped it around his body, and jumped out of the plane with the $200,000 ransom. And nobody got hurt or anything like that. And I just thought the guy was wearing sunglasses and this, cool looking image and this folk hero guy. And I was just locked in. I just always loved the story. So I was kind of on a lifelong hunt to figure out who I thought it was. And, years and years go by, I kind of get into it. Never planned to write about it, but I heard about this guy, Ted B. Braden. Ex-Special Forces, Black Ops, Vietnam, fought in World War II at age 16, just a total badass. I mean, there was a movie called Rambo here with Sylvester Stallone that's kind of about a Vietnam Special Forces guy that's just invincible. Well, Ted Braden was that guy, he wasn't this big muscled up guy, but he could do anything. Guns, weapons, infiltration, sabotage. I mean, just a total badass as a lifelong soldier. And what he excelled at was skydiving. He was probably the best skydiver that ever lived. Started in the 50s and he did competition jumping in the early 60s in Europe and places like Belgium because he was stationed out of Germany. And he was with a team called the Golden Arrows. And they would go to competitions all throughout Europe, France, Scotland. And he would win most of them. He was just that good. And they were training on the early pilot chutes. You didn't have sport parachutes in the early 60s. So he learned on the hard stuff. And he was just that good. He was a daredevil, crazy guy. And all ex-U.S. Special Forces, in the Black Ops unit, which was called MACV SOG during Vietnam, everything they did was classified because they did a lot of stuff in Laos. And we weren't supposed to be in Laos. because of the Geneva Convention. And when you signed up for that unit, you were told you couldn't talk about it for 25 years. You couldn't tell your wife, your girlfriend, could not tell them what they did over there or anything about it. But once that time period expired, those guys could talk. And then the subject of DB Cooper would come up, and they'd say, "Well, God, you guys were the toughest of the tough, in Vietnam. I mean, at the top of special forces. So
Yeah.
who do you think DB Cooper was?" And anyone that had an opinion on it said Ted
Yeah.
V. Braden.
Yeah.
So that's how I found out about him. Two other Cooper guys were mentioning him one day on a message board, and I found the name and I locked in, found out everything I could about the guy and put it in a book.
Yeah, exactly. And no, I'm sorry, I don't have the book because I,
We need to get you one.
I
I'll figure out how to get one to Belgium. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna
Okay.
figure it out.
Okay, and with an autograph, please.
Exactly. I will send you an autograph book, Jerome. I'm gonna do it. Send me your address. That is my goal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the story of Ted Braden, and I really, in my opinion, you have found who was DB Cooper. In my opinion, it's just
A
my
lot of
opinion.
people think
but
that.
I
You have
think you're
guys
right.
on YouTube that say it's Richard Floyd McCoy. This guy named Dan Grider is going to do another
Oh,
video. It wasn't Richard Floyd McCoy.
No,
Okay,
no.
he left he left his hijack instructions in the waiting area. DB Cooper would not have done that.
No. I
Sorry,
agree.
he's a non-starter for me, and I'll probably do another debunking Richard Floyd McCoy video because this guy, he's got a big
It
YouTube
will be
presence.
great.
He's a pilot. He's a parachutist. He's got 50,000 subscribers. And he's just ramrodding Richard Floyd McCoy because his kids say he wasn't home on Thanksgiving Eve. And, he did a similar skyjacking 4 or 5 months later. But the guy got caught 2 days later, found all but $7 or something because he got a milkshake and a burger. Richard Floyd McCoy was not DB Cooper.
No.
I don't care how much that guy
No
could
way.
tell all his followers all he wants that he was not. First of all, Richard Floyd McCoy was white as a sheet. He was very pale complected. Everybody that saw DB Cooper said that he was swarthy. He had dark skin. Well, look at that picture behind me. See that guy right there? See how dark the skin is? Ted Braden had it really dark because he was out in the, he was a mercenary. He was in Vietnam for so long. He was out in the sun. Just he had really dark skin from the sun. I mean, permanently. He had that going for him, and it just was not Richard Floyd McCoy. Sorry, Dan.
Oh.
No, it's true. It's true. I have received a message from Pete. He will join us in a few seconds. Pete is the father of Brendan.
Oh, cool.
Brendan Dassey.
Brendan Dassey.
And he's our friend.
Yeah, I follow as much of that stuff as I can when you guys put it out and try to try to follow it as much in the in the stuff that develops with the case and getting the word out. And of course, it started from the documentary. Is that how you got into it? From the Making a Murderer documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that, and that's what influenced you, kind of like me. And his name was Arthur Lee Allen. Is that how it began?
Yeah.
Yeah, and me in plus it was Eric Cozy, which is no longer with us.
No.
It was him because he was so passionate by the story and to find justice for Stephen, for Brendan and Teresa. Then I was so touched by him, by him, and we were in touch. And someday he told me, why don't make your own YouTube channel to talking about the case? And I'm not a YouTuber, not at all. And he told me, oh, don't care about that, go ahead, try to do your best, and it will be great. So it was after the advice of Richard, but it starts with the documentary. When I saw the documentary the first time, like I said, I was, no, it's not possible. It's like a kind of fiction. You say,
so it was like a drama rather than a documentary.
It's really well made.
Oh yeah, really well made.
I was it was well before Eric Cozy was even on YouTube. That I saw the documentary when it first came out. So that's
Yeah,
like
it was in 2000.
over 5 years, isn't it now?
Yeah.
It's over 5 years, nearly
Yeah,
6.
yeah.
Which seems like a forever ago now. I mean, it is a forever ago,
Mhm.
you know.
Time flies,
Um,
especially on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
You
I
look back at
remember
stuff
when
that says
he-
7, 8 years ago. You're like, God, was it that long ago?
I know. So I remember
know,
when he
it's
started
crazy.
his channel
Scary.
and things like that. So he only had a few
crazy.
subscribers, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I was like in the first under 20 of
Mhm.
subscribers. You know, I think I was 17 or something like that.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
So it's, you know, I was long time following him. But you saw it later in Belgium, did you not? Was it not a couple of years? Did it still come
Yeah,
out at
it
the same
was-
time in Belgium?
It was just. No, it was in the same time.
Was it the same time?
Yeah, it was the same time. Yeah. On
Oh,
Netflix.
Pete's here. Pete's here.
Yeah,
I'll add
Pete's
him in.
here.
No, keep him waiting. He'll be like, what am I waiting? Wait a minute, actually. Is he doing his nails? Are you doing your nails, Pete?
Yeah, I'm doing them right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting
Hello,
here.
my friend.
I'm sitting here 10 minutes, and you guys are sitting there just rapping away. So
Yeah,
I had to tell
sorry.
Sharon on my phone, "Hey, I'm waiting."
Oh,
Let him in. Let him in.
Yeah, let me in. I'll break down the door.
little
No, I'm
pig,
just
little
kidding.
pig.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, just kidding. No, I was only here like 2 minutes. No problem.
Oh,
Hey, thanks for inviting me, guys.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
always a pleasure
nice
to
to
have
see you,
you.
Pete.
Yeah. Hey,
Always.
you guys can go on now. I'll listen.
Have you met?
No, I want to know
Pete, have
more
you
what
met
he's got.
Drew before? Have you and Drew
Yeah,
met?
was he on with us last time? I know Paul was, but I don't remember
No,
if Pete.
Yeah, but
Oh,
not
this is
He was gonna
actually-
try to come on or something.
This is
Oh,
actually
Pete,
the second
Pete, this
time
is
I'm
Drew.
here.
Drew, this is Pete.
Okay.
Okay, hi.
Maybe. I see his name so much with on Facebook and
Yeah.
your stuff.
Yeah, I'm usually on this show right here.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I know that one.
Yeah.
Well, Becca was on
Yeah, Becca
a
was
wee
on.
while ago. She
Oh,
was on.
really? Okay.
Yeah, but she's at work, so she popped in.
Oh,
and
yeah,
popped
she
out.
works. Yeah, she works days. Yeah, I like how
Yeah.
you guys talk a little we here and a little we there.
I
You know, we got
know,
we got a
oh,
we. You know, we
hang
got
on.
a we here. We got a
A
we
wee-
here, but it's like a game. It's called We. I don't know if you guys
Ah.
ever heard of it.
Never heard
Yep.
of
No.
It hooks up to your TV and you can play
Okay.
games.
it. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
Ah,
you go.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Ah.
WII.
I mean,
We.
Pete
Yeah.
laughs at me for all the when I say we this
I-
and we
I'm
that.
just kidding,
But
you
he
idiot.
says
He thinks of the
okay,
game.
okay.
Yeah.
See everything, everything's
I know, I know.
okay,
I got
okay.
that. I got to
Just say if it's not Scottish, it's crap.
Yeah. I got to stop that. Somebody was bitching at me the other day. Is that all you do is say okay? Yeah.
Well, that's how I say it back to him when he says, I say okay.
Yeah, Sharon freaked me out the other day. I was goofing around on my computer here, and she pops on, and she starts talking to me. I don't even know who it is until she says it, and I'm
I
going,
know, I was like,
you're just joking with me, you know? It's like late at night, and I'm going, nah, this can't be you. You should be sleeping.
because you're usually at work during the day,
Yeah.
mad during the day, you know. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw you were online, and I was like, oh, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was fun. So,
how are you doing,
Good
Pete?
chat.
oh, pretty good. Hey, it's cold here, Cray. I was taking some
Yeah,
pictures
it's
out
so
on the
good.
beach here. It's like 10 degrees and 20 below with the wind chill.
Jeez.
I was showing everybody the icebergs because when the water hits the waves, it comes up on the icebergs and then it continuously freezes, and then the hills get higher. Hey, how do you guys get yourself on the phone? I was trying to see how you guys get because with Becca I can trace you guys.
Yeah, just look up the YouTube video. Just do you know how to?
Yeah, I go to YouTube, but
Yeah.
I even went under Jerome and it didn't even come in.
Did it not?
Oh.
Oh, just the French Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Have you
Oh,
got
okay,
the link for it?
that's what I didn't do. Yeah, okay,
I'll send you the link, Pete.
okay.
I'm on it. You
Well, I
know
can't
me.
believe it. I'm here with the fabulous Sharon and Jerome. It's been a while, Jerome, since I saw you.
yeah, I know it's my fault. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
For me, the time is different. I live on
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got
different-
it right here. See,
a different level. Yep. So,
So-
Pete.
yeah.
Could you-
What's happening? What are you drinking today? I got just soda.
Oh,
Oh,
a beer. A beer.
Yeah, I know it's alcohol. I know
Drinking
you're not going to
lemonade.
be. I know it's not going to be soda for you, Jerome.
Oh no. I have my Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Dr. Pepper Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Belgian version.
So
Yeah.
where's
Coca
Fresh
Light.
where's Drew from? Where are you from, Drew?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh wow, that's the warm state.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, let me see if I can take a guess. You probably got about 70s or 80s.
not today. No, it's kind of cold. It's like
Oh really?
yeah. It's
Oh
like
yeah, that's right.
50.
We got that cold front coming
Yeah.
through, and it's going down towards you guys too.
Yeah, well, it's already here. I mean, it's cold for
Yeah,
us.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
But we had that winter storm of like a year ago or so. God, it was so bad. Nobody wants that again. We're happy. We're happy to stay here.
Yeah,
We don't
you
need
guys
that.
are usually the warm guys, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I've been in
Yeah.
that cold. It's
It
brutal.
depends. It depends.
Okay,
when
so
you
otherwise,
live.
how are you guys doing? Love ya. Like Sharon, how you doing? You're sounding pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing better. I'm doing a lot better than I was.
Yeah,
I mean, this
yeah.
is the first time I've been on YouTube for, is it
Yeah.
5 months? No,
5
actually,
months.
I tell a lie.
Yeah.
I've not been on
6
YouTube for 7 months. The last time
Yeah,
I was
7
on
months. Yeah.
Wow, I
was
can't
when
believe-
Drew
I
was
can't-
meant to be on with Jerome and I.
Yeah,
And
it's been
that-
7 months already.
Yeah,
can't believe-
that was 7 months.
I can't believe
Time
we got
flies.
something in common. She's got a symbol above her head, and I got the same symbol above
Yeah.
my head.
I know.
What are the chances of that?
And a Belgian being between us.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Jerome's between us.
yeah. We got I always tease Jerome. We got a Belgium, Wisconsin here.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
yeah,
Because in
yeah.
Wisconsin, you have Belgium, you have
Yeah.
Germany, Luxembourg.
Yeah,
Um,
You got Glasgow.
no,
There's
Glasgow.
no
but
Brussels I know of.
Yeah, I think you have Paris, or another places, but yeah, there is a places named Belgium,
It's in Paris,
Germany.
Texas.
It's yeah,
I think
Texas
there is a
too.
Glasgow in America, though. I think there are Glasgow references in America. I've heard, well,
Sure, there
Yeah.
is.
Neil watching my husband watching programs from all over the world, and I'm sure there was, like a Glasgow street or something.
Oh,
like that,
I'm sure.
Oh
Gotta
yeah,
be.
sure. It will be a shame if it's
Yeah.
not the case, because Glasgow is the
Yeah.
place to be.
And of
Not in
course,
Edinburgh.
the book
Not in
depository building is
I'm
the
joking.
same as that one in Glasgow. You saw that, the school book depository
Oh
building.
yeah,
It
there
was
is
the
a-
same.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say there's a building that's pretty much identical to
Yeah,
the.
really
Yep.
identical to the Texas Book Depository
Yep,
yeah.
on Delhi
It's-
Plaza. When I saw the picture, I was thinking it was
Yeah.
on Delhi Plaza.
Yeah,
No, it's in Glasgow.
I know. Yeah,
Wow.
it was funny. I know.
And Leo Oswald had traveled to Glasgow to practicing his shooting.
No.
Oh,
Don't you get me started. Remember the bagpipes
know.
in the Life magazine?
ah, private Jake between.
Oh, I know.
between
I'm
us.
sorry. We got a bit carried away.
Yeah,
you know how the way the rifles.
I want
was
what
a
Jerome.
shot.
He's laughing. Jerome is laughing. I want what he's on right now.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'd like to make Jerome laugh. It doesn't take much.
I know. I know.
Oh,
I think
no.
it's
Glasgow City in Kentucky, he said.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Thanks,
Yeah.
Neil.
Thanks, Neil.
I'll let you
Yeah.
watch more programs.
They can educate.
Yeah.
Yeah, for education purpose.
Mhm.
And yeah,
He's
Drew
probably
is.
googled it.
Drew, Drew is from Texas. Yeah, the YouTube channel, really interesting. Name the Zodcast. Oh, Drew Tube. It depends.
How many
Well-
beers did you have, Jerome?
I remember that
27.
time Jerome you were on YouTube and you had that massive beard stein. I remember whatever that big mug.
Yeah,
It
crazy.
was
It was like-
huge.
yeah, I
It
know.
was this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
is it that one?
one?
The one your
Crazy.
Dr. Pepper? The one your Dr. Pepper's in?
Yeah,
But you
with
had
the
beer in
pepper
it.
with rum.
How many ounces is that?
Did you say Dr. Pepper with rum?
That's got to be
Did you
over
say?
20 ounces, right?
That's gotta be
I think
like
you have
60.
ounces in Belgium?
That's got to be about 65 here.
Yeah. I think.
Oh.
Maybe we have in Belgium.
Yeah, what's the
we do
unit
want
of
to know
measurement?
about
More
it.
than 1,000.
Is it
more than
liters
one-
there? Is it, what is it, milliliters?
Joking.
Yeah, probably.
Does beer come in milliliters there? Is it? It's a metric, right?
It
Why
comes
can't
in
they
big
just-
tanks. That's what
Yeah.
it comes in.
Why can't they
To
just,
Jerome's place, yeah.
why can't they just stick to ounces and leave everything normal like it should be?
Does
Yeah.
a guy
I mean,
come and fill up the tank at your
Yeah.
house?
Yeah, Jerome. He's got one of those big what do you call it? Oil drums in the
I
back.
thought it was oil he was getting filled up last week. It was his beer that he was
Yeah.
getting. And the guy must have been drunk. That's what happened.
he overfilled
Yeah.
the wrong guy.
Underfilled.
I love
Maybe-
you.
He
Really, I
lost
love
money.
you. You make me laugh.
Aw.
I love you guys. Ready. I mean, yeah. I was saying, yeah. Drew had YouTube channel, but he's also author of different book about different stories. The Zodiac and DB Cooper, disparition of people. Uh, he had writing two novel. Yeah.
Mhm.
The first one was I don't remember the name.
Don't get the brother and then Sleep in Hell.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
They're short stories.
Yeah, but and so I have met Drew. I think it was 1 year ago, maybe more.
Yeah, it seems like
Yeah,
that when you
yeah,
sent
yeah.
the.
Oh,
Had-
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Time
oh yeah,
flies.
2 years ago. Yeah. Ah, there is Edinburgh in Indiana.
Edinburgh.
Yeah, Edinburgh. It's
Edinburgh.
it's
That's how it sounds.
yeah, you see
Edinburgh.
everyone. A lot of people
It's
in America
Edinburgh, right? That's how you
pronounce
say it.
as Edinburgh, right? But you
It's
actually
Edinburgh?
say it like as if it's a bra at the end. You say
Is
it
it
like
bra or
Edinburgh.
bro?
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
what a
bra or
woman
bro?
wears. That's what a woman wears. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same word. It's the same word.
Yeah.
So you just say
Oh, okay.
Edinburgh. Edinburgh.
Okay.
Yeah. Very cozy. Richard was very good at saying that. I taught him
As
well.
close as I've gotten to Scotland is watching Braveheart.
Ah!
I want to go one day.
Aw.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Well,
So-
I'm not sending you any messages about Scotland anymore, Drew.
I won't
After
claim
a
to be even
veto.
a penny Scottish. I won't get in on it.
Aw.
No Scottish ancestry whatsoever.
Pete, do you have news from Brendan?
Yeah, it kind of sucks. There's like 20 guards by him that have COVID, and now we can't go. Now we can't.
Oh.
They shut the visiting down now, so we can't go see him.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, it is.
again. Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah,
And
what
how
are-
is he in his mind? How is he?
Pretty good. Now since I don't see him anymore, he calls me on Wednesdays, and then he's going to call me on Sundays.
Mhm.
So,
And he's fine.
yeah, he's holding out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just getting together to see each other because 1 week he'd whip me at cards, and then 1 week I'd whip him at cards. So, yeah.
How far
Yeah, so-
away? How far away is he from
Well,
you?
right now, let's see. He started out when he first was in this whole shebang. He started out at Manitowoc, then he went to Sheboygan, and then from Sheboygan he went to Green Bay. And Green Bay, well, Sheboygan's probably about a half hour. Green Bay is probably 40 minutes. Well,
Not bad.
Manitowoc is only like a hop, skip, and a jump. And then when he went to what the heck is that? I don't know. I can't think. Well, now he's in Oshkosh, but the one before Oshkosh, it was like two and a
God,
half
moved a
hours.
lot.
2.5, yeah,
Yeah.
2.5 hours. Well, he had to move from Green Bay because he was getting popular, and some of the inmates weren't liking it, and they were getting mad
Ooh.
about it. Yeah, they were getting jealous, and they were worried about him, getting in a scrap. So
Yeah.
then he went to he went to a place that I can't think of the name now, but it was the farthest. It was 2.5 hours one way. So
Jeez.
and then that's 2.5 hours one way. You got to visit for 2 hours, and then you got to drive 2.5 hours back.
Yeah.
God,
now
the
he's
whole-
in-
yeah,
but
like
now-
7
yeah.
hours.
But now he's in Oshkosh. Well, I take the long way around, so it's like an hour and 15 minutes.
A little better.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So.
Yeah, but in this case, it's really a shame because they don't have anything against him. Against
Yeah, I
Brendan.
know. Yeah.
I-
When Sharon said I'd like to come on here and say something, I got a gift from You guys know what Claire really good, don't you? Claire Edwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know the name.
Does she live around you? She's from the UK, aren't you? No, you're from. How far is the UK from Scotland? I mean, I'm kind of.
Scotland is part of the UK. It's
Okay.
part of the same land
Yeah.
mass,
Okay.
but Scotland's the
Same
upper.
island.
Well, this
Country.
was part of my Christmas present. It came later. I think
Yeah.
I got it like 3
Aw.
weeks later. Okay, and then here's what she put together for me.
Oh,
Oh wow, that's
And
awesome.
then yeah,
That's lovely.
and then the book opens like this, and then inside there's pictures
oh,
all the way through, and
Oh,
then
that's nice.
and then she's on the back.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
oh!
that's cool.
yeah, awesome.
It's
That's
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, I was actually in tears when I got it because
Oh,
who would take their time, to put all this together,
Mhm.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, but
That's
people
sweet.
are fantastic, really fantastic, and it, the story had touched the entire world, and
Yeah,
now
yeah,
the world is watching, and he's watching Manitowoc and
Well, of course, I
behavior.
got a bunch of pictures
Yeah.
here too.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
mean, they're right here, by me. So, you can take your pick. I mean,
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Joe. Yeah. Yeah, you want to see how big his legs are? They look like
Ah.
stilts. They look like stilts,
Yeah.
don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's bigger than you.
I know. I don't know where he gets the tallness from. I got to show you. Here's my favorite. This is a wrestling one. You're pointing at each
Aw.
other. Yeah. So, and then here's one where he got me mad one day, so I'm choking him off. Yeah, we just and then here we're giving each another the peace sign, or kind of like, yeah. They
Aw.
said instead of just hugging all the time, why don't we do some
Mhm.
moves?
Good
Yeah.
photos.
So, yeah, you can see how much taller he is from me. We're hiding in the woods
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh.
yeah. So yeah, we got
Oh,
Yeah.
Pete, show us the book again so we can see it up close on
Show
the big.
what?
Because you're on. Show us the book again, please.
Book.
Yeah,
the
the
book.
book.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Hold it
hang
up
on.
again, just because
Okay.
we've put you up on the screen big, and then
Okay.
it means people can see better.
Okay, hang
If that's all
on.
right, Jerome.
The back
Yeah,
of the book?
for sure.
You said the back.
You are the boss.
Okay, I'll show you the front. Here we are, growing up in baby pictures,
Oh,
and then here's the
Oh.
back.
that's really kind of her.
Yeah, yeah.
It
She's
is.
actually
That's
she's
really
actually
nice.
she's actually coming down this summer.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's
Nice.
she's actually coming down to Manitowoc to the rally.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's really good.
yeah.
There
Awesome.
is a lot of supporters of Stephen and Brendan,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
one justice for Teresa,
Yeah.
because we talk about Brendan for sure, and Stephen. It's a shame
there is a lot of
what
love
happened
out
to them,
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of love out there for them guys. Yeah.
yeah,
When Mark Hardnot came all the way from
Australia.
yeah, Australia, I was really heartbroken because that's the other side of the world, man.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
Yeah, that's where the
Yeah.
kangaroos are. Where they punch.
Yeah,
Skippy.
So, yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah, we were
really
talking.
involved.
Yeah, we were talking one night. We were sitting by the campfire. He had stayed down a week, and he was in the backyard. We had a campfire going, and we were talking. He didn't know. I don't know if you knew what pudgy pies were, or s'mores. S'mores was one of the 2.
Mhm.
And we were burning tree lights. All tree lights. You know how they burn in the fire and they make different colors. And yeah, we were talking, and I go, yeah, when you hit a deer, it just falls over and goes dead. He says, yeah, and where he is at, he says, you don't want to hit a kangaroo because it might come back after you and punch you out.
Jerome gone.
What happened to Jerome?
Oh, I know what it might be.
Fell in his beer.
Yes, he's it's to do with liquids.
He's
Hey
what?
Sharon, I gotta jump off. I gotta go to a birthday party thing, but it's good
Okay.
talking to you guys.
Hey, nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, good seeing you,
so
Pete.
nice seeing you,
Keep up the
Drew.
work, and I'm gonna
It's
be.
lovely
I'll
seeing
follow y'all. Got you guys too. So yeah, good luck with everything
Okay,
with Brendan
hey,
and
take care at the party.
the whole
Then.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
Okay.
It's nice seeing you. He's away. Yeah, Jerome's away filling up his,
Oh,
Whoa,
wow.
we're left
I
alone.
can't,
We're
I
left
can't, yeah, I
alone.
know. I can't believe it. I'm with the fabulous Sharon finally. Oh my god. Wow. I'm thinking I'm turning 4 shades of red. I'm matching my shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know
No,
Jerome's left me all alone. I don't know what to say because
Yeah.
I've not been on YouTube for so long. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
used to win my own channel. You know, I was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
So what's your husband up to tonight?
he's just he's still taking photographs. You know, he likes to take the Scotland
Oh, okay.
Effect. For anyone that
Okay.
doesn't know, that's my husband Neil.
Okay.
And I put the link to his channel there in the thing. And it's definitely spelled effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think someone in the chat knows what I'm saying. So yeah, so he's taking more pictures. He was like taking pictures today. And,
Okay. Yeah, I know. My older son Brad, he was into that. Craig's camera was only like 2 inches big.
Yeah.
His lens was like this. I'm going, well,
Aye,
Chris, the lens
yeah.
is bigger than the camera.
Yep.
Oh, he's
Oh,
back
we
on
have
the other
left
side.
Drew. Oh.
Yeah, Drew. He had to go.
Oh,
He
so-
was
oh.
he was so offended that you left. He said, "I'm out of here."
Yeah, he's out of
I
here.
understand.
He had to go
Can't
to
see you.
Christmas.
Can't see
Well,
you,
what the
Jerome.
heck, Jerome? You
can't
got it.
see
You
you.
got what? Are you hiding behind a screen or what? There, what's going on?
Have you got your camera off?
I've got my camera off.
Oh, I can't see. Well, I'll put
Oh,
you out,
that's
right?
what. Oh, that's what
back.
happened. Oh, that's what happens when you
Oh,
stop the cam.
no, it's
Try.
still no. You're still no.
You still think?
You cannot
Stop
see
it.
me?
No.
No, you're
Can't
just your
see you.
name's up there.
Wait.
Now, come on, stop playing Bewitched with us. Let's go.
I know it's like the nose. I can't do
Yeah,
it, but
yeah. Come on, Jerome. Quit fooling around.
will we
now.
let you? Do you think who hands up? Who thinks
There
we
he
should let
is,
him
see
back? Oh, we can see you now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was the invisible man.
I've been put in the blooming boss position now. You've put me in the boss
Yeah.
position.
You are the boss. Oh, so
I
So-
know.
Drew, my friend. See you next
He
time.
had a birthday party to go to, so
Yeah.
he had to
okay.
go. I think he was getting the come on, it's time we were going.
Well, it's Saturday night. It's party night.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
But he said,
I understand.
you'll see what he said when you look back.
Yeah. Okay, but Drew, again, thank you very much for accepting my invitation, and it's always a pleasure to have you and talk to you, and not just on YouTube, just to talk to you. It's always a pleasure. So you are welcome when you want, my friend, when you want, to talking about everything you want. Yeah. So let's move on. There is
Let's move on. Yeah, it's been a while, Jerome. There, where you been hiding? What rock have you been hiding underneath?
I was like a beer. I was like a
Oh,
beer
okay.
in his cave, because during the winter time, sometimes every year it happened. Then with my fibromyalgia, you know.
Oh, I know.
the-
Somebody I used to work with had that. They were telling me all the little things that. Oh, I felt so sorry for the person. It's like, really, you got all that stuff going on?
Oh, it's
I know it sounds terrible.
Nightmare.
Sometimes it's a nightmare. So in December, yeah, practically all December, and in November too, I was sleeping all the time because I was tired
Oh,
and don't
Beyond
have-
tired. You were beyond tired. It
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
just
Oh,
tired.
yeah.
It was
yeah.
yeah. But it happens when the winters come, when the winter is coming. So
Oh, you mean it's more worse than a winter than it is
Oh,
a
yeah.
summer? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
oh
He's a
yeah,
bear.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a bear. So I was in my cave, but nothing wrong happened to me. I was just sleeping and dreaming about you, Pete, because
Oh
you
my
know how
God.
much I
Oh,
love
okay. I mean, I hope you're not that way, man. No, I'm just what I'm trying to say is,
I love my bro. I say I love my bro.
You love your beer?
I have a new beer, yeah.
oh, a smaller one now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just a smaller one.
Yeah, and for that fibromyalgia, you can't take anything to relieve the pain either, can you?
You
No?
you can, but
Oh, you can.
but it's hard drugs like morphine,
Mhm.
and on me it doesn't work. So
Can I don't mean to be rude, but can you explain it? Is it something with the nerves, or what is that anyway?
yeah, I can explain. It's something they don't know what it is, but in my case, I have pain in all my muscle, in all my body, all the time. 24 hours per day and 7 days per week. And since then, 2006. And it's like when you have a flu,
Okay, yeah.
you have pain,
Yeah.
you have, you
Aches
know,
and pains.
stuff like
Yeah.
this, but it never disappear. Never.
Okay, okay. And it's worse more in the winter than it is in the summer.
It's worse when with the humidity and when it's
Oh,
cold.
okay, okay,
You see, when it's really shiny, and when it's really
okay,
nice and hot, I'm feel really better. It's
okay.
less painful, and it's different. Yeah, I cannot do a marathon, but it's it's better. But in during the winter time, it's not always easy, but it's not so
What is
worse
that? Does that
than
go
that.
on for weeks, or it goes on? Does it go
It
away? Does it go away and then it comes back, or do you always have a touch of it,
You mean the pain, or
or the just the fibromyalgia at all? Yeah.
all the time, all
Oh,
the
okay,
time. Yeah,
okay.
I feel the pain in my body all the time.
Oh.
It's like to be on a torture chair. It's
And you always had this, or is it just something you got recently?
no, in 2006 it starts
Oh, mm,
just like this. I was working in a tattoo shop. That's why I have a lot of tattoos. I was working in a tattoo shop. I was driving my bike, a really nice bike named Janice. A
wow,
really, yeah, a
wow.
really beautiful shopper. And I was ready to have my own studio, uh, to tattoo and make piercing, everything. And it came like this. A day I woke up and I was not well. I was like when you have a flu, you see, I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
pain everywhere. I
yeah,
was,
yeah. That flu can knock you for. One time I had it, I think I had to take a week off. I had to take a week off of work because that's all I did is stay at home and slept.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and it never disappear. And so I have visit a lot of clinics, pain clinics, to find out where it comes from and what I can do to stop the pain. So I take a lot of different pills to try to stop the pain, but nothing had work.
Nothing. Yeah,
So
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. So today I smoke CBD. Uh,
Okay,
I smoke CBD. It's like weed, the weed,
okay.
but
Yeah, but
but
if it helps you, I understand. You know.
it's legal. So I smoke CBD, and it's not the paradise, but it's better. It's
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
It's I'm
Yeah, I understand. I mean,
so that's
it's
why
it's
I
called medical marijuana, right? For
yeah,
medical reasons. Yeah, and I get that. I mean, I
yeah.
understand. You'll be my bro no matter what.
Oh yeah, I know you too. You too.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
too.
yeah.
You too. And it's good to see you. Really.
Yeah, hey, it's been a while. Where the heck you been hiding under a rock or something?
He has. That's what he's
Yeah,
just been saying.
I know.
He has.
Once in a while, you pop on with me and Paul,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought Paul ran him over with a bus or something. I don't know.
Well, it's
Yeah,
possible,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
I
Jerome.
wouldn't put
Hey,
it past Paul. He's a sneaky bugger.
yeah. Hey, Jerome. How do you like that? Me and Sharon's got the same sign above our heads.
Hmm.
Did you notice that?
Ah, The
Yeah,
flag.
yeah. Look at that. Yeah,
Excellent
Yeah.
timing. Excellent
yeah. Look at
setting.
that, right above our head too.
R-
How often is that going to happen?
We've got Belgian on our mans.
I know. Just
I
that
know.
yours looks a little different than mine. Yours looks like you just sprayed
Mine's
it
is
with.
like metal. It's like a
Oh, yeah.
metal.
Yeah, mine is too. That's what Jerome sent me.
Ah,
Yeah, it's a metal too. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
But it's look like difference because maybe the light or maybe,
Yeah,
but it's the
yeah.
same one. It's the same one.
I'm laughing. I've said to Neil to check his messenger. I've
Yeah.
messaged
Yeah, I
him
saw
on
that on
Messenger and he's not seen it, right? So he's probably not looking at his phone. So Neil, I know you're watching this on the television, so go and look at your phone.
Hello, Neil. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh,
You're
you mean he's
welcome.
in
For
the other
God's
room?
sake.
He's in the other room watching us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
We can wave
Okay.
to him. Hi, Neil.
Okay. Hi, Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Yeah.
We love you
Everybody
so
say hi, Neil.
much.
Are you sure he's watching? Are you sure he's watching us and you didn't fall asleep?
That's possible too. That
Yeah.
is possible. Yes.
Yeah,
After 25 years of marriage, that is highly possible.
Yeah. Well, congratulations! 25 years. What makes it
Yeah,
work?
it was
What
in
makes it
2020.
what makes it work? I always tell everybody a lot of earplugs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Having a husband that quite likes photography, just like, oh, are you going away? Are you all right? Bye.
Oh, okay. Oh, a husband that you don't have to put up with.
And
Oh,
Pete, always the
Yeah.
family. Always
Yeah.
the family. Your family.
Oh, yeah, really good, really good.
Everybody's
lo-
fine.
Yeah, Lori's coming along. She had 2 knee surgeries.
Oh,
Yeah. So, hey, thanks for inviting me on here, man. You got to do that a little bit more here.
oh, when I do a show, I invite people I love,
Yeah. All right. I love you too, man. All right.
and I
Awesome.
know it will be great because even we are just there like this to talking about any
Yeah.
subjects.
Yeah.
It's spontaneous, you
Yeah.
know.
So, who
It's
did you have all on today so far?
Becca,
Okay.
Drew,
Okay.
Sharon, and you.
Yeah. Didn't you say Becca was on too for a little bit?
Yeah. I see Becca. Yeah, I say Becca.
Yeah, she said Becca was working today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was working, but yeah, she say hi, and we have talked a little bit about Brendan.
Yeah. And I see in the messenger here comments, you have almost all the same people that we have when I'm on Fridays. There's a couple different ones on here, but they're and we love all you guys. So
Oh yeah,
there's
you
my
really.
sweetheart Sharon Pop. You didn't have to hide away from me.
I was giving Neil some instructions. I
Oh,
was
were
being
you?
the
Okay.
boss.
Okay. Was he
Yes.
sleeping or not?
No, he wasn't sleeping. He was just in the living room doing editing videos and
Okay.
stuff like that for his channel. So that's what he was doing. But he was watching. So when I said, "Here, I've messaged you,"
I
Yeah, why
recommend
we all
you
swapped
to
around?
subscribe to his channel because if you like pictures, beautiful pictures in video,
Yeah.
subscribe to Neil's channels because you will have great time to watch different place in
Mhm.
Scotland
Yep.
and so beautiful place. Yeah, the link is in the
Yeah, I've put it
description.
there. I've put it in
Thank
as well.
Thank you, my
Yeah.
assistant.
Well, I know how much you love Scotland.
Oh
and,
yeah. Oh yeah. You are so amazing. You are really.
he's on there.
Like
Oh,
every
thank you.
Scottish. Yeah.
I know that's what it is. It's Belgium, Scotland as well. It's not. It's
That's why we won reunited Scotland
Mhm.
and Belgium in Bergland. Yeah.
Belgium. Well, Jerome.
Yeah.
While we're here, we should talk about our wee thing channel.
Absolutely.
You're like,
Go ahead.
on you go.
Here we go.
Yeah, we've got a channel. Jerome and I have got a channel together. It's called Our Wee Thing. I actually should get the link for it. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? So if anyone's not subscribed, you should because we're, it's our baby, isn't it? We're a bit silly. We've got a couple of intro videos there, but because of the limitations with Jerome's health and my health as well, we haven't been able to put anything on. But if you look at the
Not yet.
few wee intros that are there, you can see how much there's more laughing than talking going on.
Yeah, that's one thing I experience on this channel. It's
Yeah.
you guys do a lot of laughing, and that's really
We
good. 'cause
do.
Laughing,
I'll go find
'cause
the
laughing
chat.
is
Yeah,
a lot
we do.
better than frowning.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
and
'Cause it takes
more
more-
better
they
I'm
say
than
it
finding the
takes-
drama.
link
Oh,
for
yeah.
the channel.
Yeah, it takes more. It takes
Excuse
more
me.
to frown than it does to laugh.
Exactly.
We
And
always
it
laugh.
doesn't
Jerome
drain
and I
your
laugh.
energy,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's good for the soul, and
It
it's
is.
good for everyone.
I would probably be
Especially
laughing
in-
a little bit more if my son was out, but you can understand
No,
why
no.
I'm not. You can understand
yeah.
why I'm not laughing as
Of
much.
course.
But I try. I do my best. So.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
know. Everybody
I
knows.
got funny stuff too. I can put stuff up like this for my football years.
The moose.
Yeah, the moose is on the loose, and I can do the unknown comic for you guys.
Oh,
I can make people.
you are
like
the
that laugh.
Zodiac Killer.
What
We
is
have
that?
found the Zodiac Killer.
Oh my god.
Drew, come back. It's the Zodiac Killer. We found.
What's going on?
I was joking because it was a mask. The mask
Oh,
you
okay.
were
Okay.
you were wearing.
And then here's remember that story, Peter Rabbit? Here I am as in the rabbit farm.
I don't know this one.
Oh, you don't know this one? Okay.
No.
Okay. You never noticed the story about Peter Rabbit? Okay.
I know the story about Peter Rabbit.
Okay.
My computer's decided to do something funny and moved me and moved the page. And I'm trying to get it to go back. Wait.
It's Big Brother. It's
I
Big
know,
Brother.
it's like-
they have
it's-
eyes on you.
So yeah, it's not moved back yet. But
Yeah, the CIA is watching us.
what was I trying to do? I was trying to put Neil's channel up. I think my mouse needs new batteries. I think that's what it is.
Don't worry. And for you,
That's
Pete,
the link for
is
Neil's
everything's
channel.
great for now.
What is that?
For yeah, it's the link for Neil's channels in the comment section. And no, I was asking you for you, Pete. For now, everything's great. I mean,
Oh yeah. We're everything's going by pretty good.
yeah.
So right now we're in the freeze zone. So, what do you guys got for a temperature by you, anyways?
Oh, it's cold in Belgium.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh yeah. It's under 0, but in Celsius degree. It's 3 under 0 degree now. So Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's really cold.
Yeah.
And you-
yeah.
And you, Sharon?
It's a thermal knickers cold. I don't know. I can look up and see.
You don't know, but
I don't know.
and for
It's
you,
a
Pete,
Baltic.
it's 10, yeah, it's 10 degree Fahrenheit, which
Yes, yes.
is in Celsius degree. I don't know, 2 degree, 0 degree.
God.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
always
know.
do. I always do temperatures at Celsius. I get mixed up with that. I'm the old guy. I stay with the regular stuff. So
Don't say that.
8 degrees Celsius.
Ah.
Yes.
We have a
Yes.
surprise,
Oh,
ladies
oh
and
my god!
gentlemen.
Oh my god!
Let
Husband
me
and wife are
present
joining.
you.
Hey,
let
that's
me
Neil,
present
right?
you
Neil?
Yeah, Neil.
Alright.
That's Neil's.
Yeah,
You should
yeah.
have on your the Scotland effect, you know.
Yeah,
The Scotland
Oh.
effect.
yeah, it's the name of his channel, the
I know.
Scotland
You put the
Effect.
big Ouija.
Oh,
The big Winwich.
So it's 8 degrees Celsius here today.
oh, okay.
8. Oh, you're
Yep.
lucky.
yeah, but
Yeah,
see, when
really.
you're outside, it feels a lot colder than that.
Yeah.
The wind, and the
Yeah.
expression we use is the wind cuts right through you.
It's 46 Fahrenheit.
I know.
Oh, actually, right now we're warmer. We're warmer than you guys. This is what we
Huh?
got.
Show off.
15 degree
Yeah,
Fahrenheit.
the Packers are going to be playing at 7:00 tonight or 7:30.
Outside.
Yeah, outside and
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
yeah, they're playing on. Oh yeah, the Packers are a team that's that does it warm or does it cold. So
They are warrior. Really, they are warrior.
oh yeah. I was outside earlier, and you're outside there 10 minutes. You better have gloves or something on because
I know. Hey Neil, really, thank you to join us.
That's
How are you
okay.
doing, my friend?
So,
How are you
about your
doing?
book
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, a Belgian
from you and
tradition.
Joel. It's brilliant. My kind of humor.
Yeah, this is the same kind of humor than we have in Belgium than you have in Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
can tell Neil's in the living room, but where's Sharon in the kitchen? That looks like the kitchen door behind her or something. Hey Neil, how do you like that the thing above her head and my head that we're matching? What do you think?
Yes,
I was muted.
Yeah, you was muted.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, I'm in the bedroom.
Oh,
I've been-
okay.
I've been trying to mute
Boudoir.
her for years.
Oh, okay.
How did that work?
How did what work?
I've been trying to mute Sharon for years. How did that work?
You can try it, but you will never,
Yes.
Never succeed.
Mhm.
never succeed. It's too hard. It's because she's the boss.
That's it.
Yep, I'm the boss.
She's the bossy boss.
Bossy boss? I think you're the bossy boss.
So Neil, I heard you're into doing pictures, huh?
Yes, I was out today taking pictures. I was in enemy territory. I was in
Oh.
Edinburgh.
What were you shooting?
Ah,
What were you
again,
shooting?
again.
I'm doing a bit of street photography. So just sort of the architecture and people and all that sort of stuff.
I'd really-
Graffiti and
I really loved your last video. It was in Edinburgh the night. During
yes,
the night.
yes.
It's in black and white picture because I
Yes.
really love black
Well-
black and white pictures. And really, if you want to see one video, go see this one.
There's another 3 on its way.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
but-
another 3 on their way.
So you call you
Well,
You
Jerome,
are-
if you had stopped drinking, you'd probably get
No,
your words
it's-
on. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not that. It's that I try to find the translation in my head, but my
Ah.
head is in other timeline. So you get back to Edinburgh to take new picture
Yes.
of the act from everything. I mean,
Edinburgh is a fascinating place. It's very old,
yeah.
but I find it very oppressive. Always find-
Oppressive.
Oh yeah.
What?
So,
what?
so
why?
what do you take pictures of then? Just the buildings or
No, everything. He takes picture of
everything?
everything.
Oh, everything's. If a Tweety bird would land on the fence, you take a picture of it.
You know, I was once possessed when I was taking pictures in Edinburgh.
Really?
Yes.
By a
I was
vampire.
like, oh my god.
Vampire.
I went into a close is like the entrance to a block of flats. Okay. And
What is it? A block
A
of flats?
close. So we call the entrance.
Like apartments. You know,
Ah,
like
okay.
Oh,
apartments.
yeah.
Yes. So the entrance to a block of flats. We call it a close. CLOSE.
Yeah, yeah.
Close.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went into a close and I went into the back and something just sort of hit me.
And it wasn't me.
And I
Hey, you
came
got Jerome going on that one.
I came staggering out onto the street and it was as if I'd just downed a whole bottle of whiskey.
Oh,
And
God.
It was.
and I was from
Really?
felt like I was from the 1750s or something like that.
It was really weird.
Oh,
It was weird.
I didn't know. It was really strange.
He's no prone to saying weird things like that either. That's not.
No,
In
I think you
25
were
years, that's the
joking,
first
but
time
no,
he's ever said
yeah.
anything like that.
wow.
So I always get slagged off when I go to Edinburgh. Oh, what you don't
He's
get.
going there to get pished.
I
So-
Free
always
drink in
said,
Edinburgh.
strange experience.
yeah,
But
and strange
every time I
people.
go in there, I always feel it. I always feel it. It just feels very closed in, and you know, yeah. So I'm
But
always
I can
relieved
say,
to
I,
get
I
out.
sorry, I cannot say nothing wrong about Edinburgh because Shirley Manson come from Edinburgh and Shirley Manson from the band Garbage. It's my goodness. So I can say anything wrong about Edinburgh because I don't want to hurt her. So because I I I have this idea that maybe one time I will have her on my channel to talk about what she wants, but
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
I used to
Call
do it
her,
for
Call her.
Richard. I got him
Call her.
Amanda, but time was not on our side.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Whoa, it's a big blank. Bum, 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 bum.
Big blanks are fine. They're fine.
Yeah, I know.
If there's checks.
I know. Neil, you know it's an open mic discussion. Pete, it's an open mic discussion. That's mean every subjects are welcome.
Except
if-
silence.
Yeah, except silence. But we can talk about silence. But talking about
Even
silence.
not silence of the lambs.
Yeah,
Oh,
we can
you
talk
are
about
going to
movies.
say that.
Yeah.
Eh?
So
I was
if
going to say that.
Pete or Neil, if you want to talk about something you really want to talk
Oh
about,
no! This I just feel obligated. I mean, this is your channel, so whatever you got to offer discussions there. So I don't know. I showed you the book I got and everything. So like Sharon said, you can talk about what you got, and
Yeah.
that's what I came on here for, and I did it. And you know, I like hanging out, so we'll just I'll just stay in the woods here and listen
He's
to
going
you
to stay and
guys.
do his nails.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stay here and do my nails.
I think that was very rotten of Paul to do that. I do. He didn't know. Pete didn't know that he was live.
Yeah,
and
I'm sitting there.
he
Yeah,
had
he's
a bit
yeah,
of his nail he was trying to cut
Yeah.
off, and
yeah.
Paul went live, and he
Didn't say
didn't
a damn-
realize he's
yeah,
sitting there
yeah.
cutting his nails.
yeah, yeah, but you know when Paul, and it's not a critic, it's
No?
it's good on
No.
him. But when Paul go live, he want to be really professional, and I understand that. I really
Yeah.
understand that because there is a lot of people like Ned, like I was talking before, is really professional. Drew is really professional. Millbilly is really professional. Eric Cozy was really professional, and and you a bum pot. And, and you too, my women. You too. You are really professional.
I'm joking.
Becca is really professional. I mean, everybody except me are really professional.
Oh, shut up.
Why
Paul.
aren't what are you? Why
You
are you
are
knocking
too.
yourself down, Jerome?
Oh, no. I am not professional at all. I
Yeah?
don't prepare
Oh,
anything
jeez.
before. No. I'm not professional at all. I'm not
So
a
you walk about
YouTuber.
in the house saying, "Hey, where's my shoes?" Welcome to the
I'm not Joe Rogan, you know. Oh yeah, I have a message for Joe Rogan. Do you know Joe Rogan?
Josh Rogan.
No,
No.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, the guy, the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you know him.
I think so.
I have a message for you, Joe. If you watch my show,
what?
it's him. I don't think it's possible, but just in case, you are, for me, it's in my opinion, one of the best interviewer on YouTube. But I want to interview you because I want to reverse the role. And if you agree, welcome on my channel. Write to me before and we will do that. Okay. So Joe, 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 Joe. If you are looking, watching, you are welcome.
You've got to put things out there. I'm always saying that. You don't ask.
What
You're
the heck
trying to
is he-
raise my memory.
What the heck is he playing? What is that? It looks
It's
like
like
some.
it looks like the thing out of Men in Black, where
You
you're.
know, it almost looks like one of them Rock'em Sock'em robots
It's
from
like a
years
wee-
ago. Yeah.
It almost
Rock
looks
'em.
a bit
Here we
voodoo
go.
esque as
Here
well.
we go. Here 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 we go. It's Terminator.
Right, who's all wanting
Terminator.
some of that beer that Jerome's on?
Yeah, he's got a.
No, but
How much
I'm like
percent
this.
alcohol is in there, Jerome?
Oh, after 7,
enough.
not enough.
Not
because-
enough. Yeah, probably too much. I think. I don't know.
No, I'm
No,
always
just
like
kidding.
this. I'm always
Oh,
like this.
Okay.
He
okay.
is. Sober,
So-
he's like that too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
is he
really.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm
Mhm.
sober. Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not kidding. I'm sober. I
That's
will
great.
drink my Dr. Pepper with rum now.
Oh, so that's Dr. Pepper. You're trying to tell me that's straight. There's no booze in there.
There's rum in it.
Rum. There is
Rum?
rum in
Okay.
it.
Okay.
There isn't.
Got a wee rum punch.
A rum
Always.
punch. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Cheese, everybody. Cheese. And Neil, do you have a subject you want to talk about?
Yeah. How long have you been doing the picture thing?
Probably 24-ish years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what
So-
kind of camera do you have?
I have made a video with Neil, or we present all his
Really?
camera. Yeah.
So I have
Pete,
Again,
I suggest
from-
you subscribe to my channel. Like this, you
Yeah. Yeah.
you will
yeah.
see my video.
I'm never far
Oh,
away
dear.
from the camera, so that's my camera there.
Oh, hey, yeah. What is that? A Canon?
Canon, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Canon. Yeah. Okay.
80D. So I don't know what
All
they
right.
call it in America, but
Okay.
it's a
Too many
Canon.
bloody cameras.
Yeah.
So
See,
what-
my older son had one like that, but see where your lens is? His lens was like
No,
3 or 4
oh,
times
see.
bigger, like this.
So that like
Yeah. See, your lens is kind of small. My son's
Yes.
was real big for taking
right,
real
aye,
close-up shots.
yes, that'll be an L lens, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
No.
have different lens.
We'll be
different-
having lens
I'm
envy.
not really into cameras, really. So I don't know.
Oh, would you
So-
not think there's a bit of a correlation there? 25 years married and 24 and a half years of photography.
There is a
I was right
correlation.
what I said. Yes, there's a correlation.
So, yeah, I'm away out my camera. Yeah. But I will say that because of the pandemic, I have seen more of Scotland in the last 2 years
Oh,
than I have previously, purely because we couldn't go anywhere. And then when restrictions were lifted, it was like, right, let's go. So, travelled quite all over Scotland
so who's doing the
over the
music
last 2
thing?
years.
Is
Sorry?
that Jerome? Is that Jerome doing the music thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I put a
Intro-
little music in the
Yeah,
background.
interlude. That sounds good. Yeah. Okay.
So it's been good. So photography can take you to places you wouldn't even think of.
I can.
you know?
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, and Neil, by his channel, what I see on his channel is a really, really good photographer. Really. And I don't say that because he's there. He knows that I love his work. And because he's so passionate to do that. So when you are passionate, when you are passionate to do something, you do it well. Always.
You could have said when he wants to do it, he does it well. Yep. You've left your
Oh.
teeth in your rum. I got my screen working again. It was doing something funny and I couldn't see the whole thing. I couldn't see all the chat and I couldn't comment.
Don't worry.
I know I've got it. I fixed it because it was annoying me.
Don't worry. It's life. It's the universe. It's the flies. It's
Flies. Oh, aye.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, Sharon, go ahead.
Did you
because
see
I-
me there? Did you see me going to say something there? Did you?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're always asking everyone else what they're up to and what they're doing and, you know, what they're
Mhm,
planning to do, you know?
mhm.
Do you have any plans to do anything at the moment? Or are you doing anything that you'd want to share?
Not sharing for now because it will be yeah. For now, it's a secret. Yeah, I know. And anyone's know. Even Sharon doesn't know.
Ooh.
But
Ooh,
He was like,
yes.
oh, it must be bad.
no,
Even
no,
Sharon
not at
doesn't
all.
know.
No, not at all. Because for her birthday, I will say something,
You're on
and
the
I
rum, don't
will
say anything.
and I will present you what I'm doing for now. And but for now, I didn't say anything because it's a surprise,
Mhm.
and it will be. I will really release the information for Sharon's birthday, which
Aw.
is which is on the February the 6th.
So if I might ask, how long have you guys been together working? Because I know Sharon told me that she taught you the English, or you were. So how long have you guys
Well,
been
he could speak
interact-
English when we met, but not as well as he can now. You
Okay.
knew English.
So how
then.
long were you guys working together?
Who?
Is it 3.5 years?
Yeah,
I think it
Oh,
is.
okay.
yeah.
I mean, I know it's a long time because when I see Sharon, she talks about you, and when Jerome, I see Jerome, he talks about Sharon. So I know there's a connection there somewhere. So
Oh
Just
yeah,
a
there
wee,
is a
just a wee
connection.
one.
Just
Oh,
a wee
yeah, a
one.
wee one,
just-
Yeah, just a
a
wee
big
one.
wee one or a little
A big wee one.
Okay, big wee one, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can tell you guys are both, interactive with each other. I mean, I'm not making any fun about it. I mean, I'm just saying,
Oh no, we're
Yeah,
that's
but
good
you're,
that
you
you're helping them out though.
yeah, but you're right, and Sharon had helped me a lot, for my English because, like I said, I've just learned English at the college during 1 year, but it was 30 years ago. So
Oh my god.
yeah. So not practicing English in Belgium
Mhm.
because nobody speak English here. So I was not practicing English at all, and start a channel in talking in English. It's not easy thing to do. Try it to do it in French. You will see. It's not something
Oh, I
something
could go
easy to
on.
do.
I'll be like, je vais téléphoner à Jérôme. I'll be, and then I'll be like, Jérôme, please come and speak French to all these people.
So Jerome, how many languages do you know?
Bad language, he knows bad language.
Yeah. And how many do you know, Sharon?
Scottish,
Oh yeah,
English,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and French. I'm getting there with French. I'm getting
Okay.
there. I am
Okay.
in
Yeah,
the
she's
process
learning.
of
French.
learning.
And Neil, how many languages do you know?
Right. Well, I know quite a few. Right. So obviously
Why is
Scottish.
Sharon
being-
shaking her head no?
Scottish being one. Right.
There's no know what he's going to say. I'm
English
just like,
being two.
All right.
American. I can speak.
All right. Yeah, that's three.
Right.
Yeah.
Australian. Right.
What was the
Well,
last one? What was the last one?
Australian.
Australian.
Okay. Yeah.
You know. so
Australian.
Yeah.
Canadian.
All right. That's
Canadian.
good. We know the
So
Canadians. Yeah.
I've got quite a broad spectrum of languages.
Yeah, you got
You know,
that. You. Most
Yeah.
of them I can agree with you too on it. I know all those too. So
But seriously, I speak French for sure, English.
Okay.
I have notion of Italian, Spanish,
Wow.
Latin, Greek, German, Netherlands,
Yep.
a little, really little bit of Russian because it's really difficult. But when I'm in GFK case, so sometimes I have yeah gibberish too. Yeah,
And I got a question. What was the hardest one to learn?
French for other
French
people.
is? Okay.
For people who doesn't speak French,
Okay.
it's the most difficult because
Yeah, it's difficult.
Okay.
this is a Latin language, and there is so many differences. There is so many word means different things in different way. It depends the situation. It
Yeah.
depends the if s- yeah, if you want to learn a language, French is not the more easy, most easy, not at all. But for me, learn the English for me it's easy. Italian it's easy because it looks like French. It sounds like French. I mean, um, English, but I prefer Scottish because it's
Okay.
more fun. It's more funny.
Yeah. You
And
got a
Neil,
nice
what's
comment
Neil?
there.
What's the hardest
Thank
one that
you.
you had to? Neil, what's the hardest one you had to learn?
I don't know.
I'm just interested to see what he's going to say.
I think some of the Americans can be quite hard to understand. You know,
Okay.
some of their
Sometimes.
accents. You know,
Jerome's got good accent, good
Oh yeah, I have good
good
accent for that.
impressions of
Oh
Americans.
yeah, okay. I come from what's up? Hey, what are you saying? Home, make right. Stephen Harvey, right of Spain, on his Brendan Dassey, right with well. My name is Terrence Ryan, Terrence
Wow, that's
Mike. What do you swear around? What do you think?
Wow, that was fast.
Yep.
There is accent in America really fast like this.
hmm
I have already heard people talking like this, and I was because it's too fast. It's really
That's
too
why
fast.
you've got no problem with Glaswegians because
No,
really, you know
no.
so many Scottish words. That's the thing. It's when I've been helping Jerome, it's I give him the context of it.
All the
Um,
time. All the
the
time she
difference
give me
between
the
a Bampot
concept,
and a Benny, and
and then in
a
case.
heat case. Yep, and just like the differences where you would call someone a Bampot, where you maybe just reduce it to Bam sometimes. And the reasons why there's these different names, and
Different
you just love it.
expression.
hmm
Oh
I
yeah, I
lived,
love it. It's so
I
funny.
lived in Aberdeenshire for 20 years, and see when two locals talk, it is like being in a foreign country.
Yeah.
They talk so fast, and they shorten the words as much as possible to a degree that it's not even a word they're saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah.
say it
Sharon
in
told me, yeah.
such a broad accent. It really is. It's it's like
It's,
2 hours up the road, and it's like you
yeah.
listen to two Aberdonians speaking. It's like could be talking Russian for all I know. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know,
So,
I
so
know.
weird.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. And even in Glasgow, if you are not coming from Glasgow,
hmm
you don't understand what in Glasgow what they say because there is expression
Yes.
you only learn in Glasgow. So
We change words. We change the meanings of words. I
Mhm.
don't know why we do that, but there's an everyday word. We just change the meaning for it. So for us, it's just an everyday word. But you might understand the word, but to mean something completely different. And yeah, it's funny.
Like you've
Like,
been
why
enjoying
would
Bowfin at the moment, Jerome. You've been enjoying Bowfin.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Bowfin. It's excellent.
Uh,
That's
would you
mean
like to
disgusting.
explain
Yeah.
what Bowfin is? You do it.
Yeah, that's mean it's something disgusting. So it's Bowfin. Bowfin means disgusting. And when you learn that, it's funny because you know that it's used in Glasgow, but not in Edinburgh or
Yeah, well,
in the
it does
rest of
a wee
Scotland.
bit in Edinburgh, but not as much. I think Glasgow has
No, as much.
a lot of words. Yeah, but there are people in Edinburgh that will use certain words. Certain words. But
So, Pete,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
here's a classic example of how we mix words up in Glasgow. Okay, so here's something that you might know what it is, and it means something completely different in Glasgow. Okay, so do you know what a tap dancer is?
A what dancer?
A
Tap.
cap dancer.
tap
like somebody that
dancer?
does tap
Yeah.
tap dancing, tap
Uh,
dancing.
Yeah. Why?
Right? Do you know what a tap dancer is in Glasgow? And
Wouldn't
you'll
it be the
never
same-
guess.
It wouldn't be the same thing.
No,
No.
Okay. I don't know.
it's a top floor flat. So see when you've got to walk up like 5 or 6 flights of stairs
Yeah.
to get to an apartment. That's a tap dancer.
Oh, okay. I got you now. Okay.
Because your feet are on the stairs. Tap tap
yeah,
tap
yeah,
tap tap
yeah,
tap
yeah.
tap.
I got
you
it.
know?
I got it.
Yeah.
So it's like that. It's things like that.
Okay. Okay.
And so see the word tap in
Using minging.
tap in Glasgow is obviously what you turn your water on, like a faucet. Okay, but it
Yeah.
also means top, as in
Like what you're
top
wearing.
floor,
Yeah.
or
Oi.
top that you're wearing. A tap is also can I tap a fiver off you? So when you borrow
Like
money
borrow money.
off somebody, so it's like
It's like
It's excellent.
five different
so many.
meanings.
Yeah.
mean-
Yeah.
The
it's
one
excellent.
word.
And what's the best one for when it's a sunny day?
Taps off.
Taps off.
Yes. So that's when it's
Jerome knows
warm.
that, don't you, Jerome? You know taps off.
20,
Yeah.
When it reaches 20 degrees Celsius, it taps off.
Taps off.
Aw.
But
Fen, do you want to come on?
it's really funny because when you want to learn a language, you learn words and things like this. But when somebody explains to you what is the context and what does it mean in this context, it helps really a lot, like Sharon did with me,
Yep.
because you understand better what
Yeah.
it doesn't mean.
Yeah.
And
We talk a lot. We learn a lot.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
We try and write off
Yeah.
these oh, that's okay. I just wanted to offer. I said did she want to come on? I'm just like inviting folk on to Jerome's show.
Okay.
yeah, but you can you are the boss.
I know I'm the boss, that's what it is. I'm the boss.
Then you are
Eh,
welcome when you want.
But she's eating her dinner.
Yeah, yeah, I
Eating her
see.
dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bon
I
appetit.
just got a text from my wife. She needs some help upstairs, so I'm gonna have to let you go. So
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
hey, I really enjoyed you guys. Hey, yeah,
Oh,
Neil, nice seeing you
Yeah.
again. Yeah, all
you
right,
too.
yeah,
It's nice
yeah,
seeing you, Pete.
okay, yeah.
Okay,
Adios.
it
Hey,
was
thank
really
you.
nice to see
When
you.
you have another one, I'll be on. No problem.
Yep.
I love you guys.
You better be.
Yeah.
Okay, see
Okay.
you
I
guys.
can't
And-
do that.
okay.
I always get it wrong.
What? Really? Okay.
Yeah, I can't do it. I always get it
See
wrong.
you, Neil, and everybody. Hey, and
Bye.
Jerome, don't be hiding under that rock all the time.
No, I'll wake him up. I'll poke him. I'll
Okay,
poke you,
okay,
Jerome. I'll poke
okay.
you.
Okay, thanks for having me, guys.
See you later,
Thank
Pete.
you,
Okay,
Pete.
Bye.
See
adios.
you
Bye.
later. Take
Okay,
care, my friend.
adios. Bye.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye. Aw,
He's lovely. He's lovely,
I
and
know. I know.
he's so brave because the story is
It's not.
heartbreaking.
That is.
Heartbreaking, really. And I
Yes.
really hope something good will happen for Steve and Brendan and
Yeah.
find the killer of Teresa.
Did you hear the
and-
message from
Yeah,
Pete-
yeah,
from
Millbilly.
Stephen today
Yeah,
in
yes.
Millbillies?
In Millbilly's channel. If you
That was
don't know, Millbilly had share a conversation between Stephen,
Mhm.
and Mark, and oh
That
my
was
God,
nice. It
my
was
God,
nice.
is so strong. Uh, Stephen is so strong. It's
Yeah.
it's amazing. I c- I have no word to explain what I
No,
feel about him, but is
I know.
it's unbelievable. Then he continued be, to believe and
Yep.
to have faith,
Mhm.
and it's wow.
I
It's an
know.
example. Really,
Yeah.
it's an example.
Same as
Really.
Luke. Same
Yeah,
as Luke.
same as
That
Luke.
same resilience that just, not
Absolutely.
prepared to admit to something they didn't do, and keeping going. That keeping going momentum.
Yeah.
I don't know where they get it from.
I don't know. I don't know neither, because
No.
you are in a jail,
Mhm.
the place you are not supposed to be because you are innocent, and you need to live with that every day, and
Yeah.
every day you need to wake up and
Yeah.
say to your
Same.
mind,
I know.
I will not give up. I will continue
Mhm.
to fight for justice,
Yeah.
and they are really all my heroes. All.
It,
They are so brave.
it's the legal system. I have two major gripes about the legal system. One, the defense should get the exact same budget as the prosecution
Yeah.
should,
I agree.
so that it's an equal level playing field,
Yeah,
because
I
at the
agree.
moment it's not. And the other one is, and it's designed to make it look impartial, and I can see why, but having a jury of your peers decide your fate, a group of people who have no knowledge of the law and no
Or
knowledge
forensics.
of
Yeah. Yeah,
how
forensics, for example.
evidence and all that can be
Mhm.
manipulated and to make it
Yeah.
look. And it's a case of 50-50 chance
Mhm.
Yeah,
who tells the best story, and it's likely the person who decide that has the most money to spend to
Tells the best story.
tells the
yeah,
best story. So
yeah,
therefore, the system is stacked against you, regardless. And
yeah. I agree.
the other thing is, once you are in, they don't care.
They don't care
As far
anymore.
as they're concerned, the system's done its bit.
Yeah.
That's it. And they don't want it to be easy for people to
No,
get out if they're innocent, because
no, they don't care.
it shows the system's flawed.
Yeah.
So
That's what Stephen was saying in this message. Then,
yeah,
if they have nothing to hide, why don't
Yeah.
accept a new trial
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
him and for Brendan, and
Yeah.
to find the real killer of Teresa?
yes.
So yeah, I'm 100% agree with you, Neil. It's and in every country,
Yes, the same.
it's the same.
It's
If you have
strange how
money,
it's the same.
like Stephen say, poor people lose all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sadly, I think he's right,
Mhm.
because the
Yes.
system is made like this. If you don't have money, you are in fight with the system, and the system can break you just like this, because they have the power, they have the money, they have the relation, they have everything, and you are just a number. Just a number.
Yeah.
It's It's a shame. That's why we want that everything change. We want more justice in this
Yeah.
world.
Keep talking
And
till they're walking.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I was keeping talking, even even when there's no walking.
I know. I know. Uh, oh my gosh, it's two
I know.
hours and
I
14.
know. Just a little
Oh,
video. Just a little video.
just a little video today.
Yeah, a wee
2
one.
hours.
One.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2
we
hours
late
and
for
40
you as
minutes.
well, Jerome.
I hope everyone's enjoyed it. We've had a
Yeah,
lot of everything, haven't we? We've talked a lot about. No,
yeah.
I'm just being the boss again, Jerome. That's. Did you notice?
You always be.
See, that's what happens when I've not been on YouTube for so long. But then I go back into kind of that groove,
In this
not
mood.
really away,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
actually I wasn't. I don't want to be like pure blah 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 blah. But like after my heart
No,
attack, I didn't think I was going to be coming back on YouTube. I thought,
no, I know.
because I nearly died, and I didn't think I was going to come back on YouTube, or I thought it might be too stressful, or that kind of thing. But I've been away from it and resting and recovering, let's say, and I'm here, so
And I'm so glad that you are there. So glad.
no, I know. But yeah, I made it back to YouTube
Yeah.
like a tube.
And it was a really excellent comeback. Really
Well,
excellent.
I know. Oh,
So,
thanks, Fane. I know. So I might be
yeah.
on my channel again soon. Oh, well, I don't think so. I think we'll be doing more
I
stuff
think
on
you
ours.
should, Sharon.
I don't know what to do. I'd just be on there talking rubbish.
Like 99% of YouTubers.
I know. Well, at least I'm honest about it. Oh,
Yeah, but yeah, we know what we say here. It's maybe
yeah.
crazy, but it's spontaneous.
It's true. Oh, Minnie Ma'am, are you in the Look group? Are you in the our group for Luke Mitchell? Because I saw you
Yeah,
saying Stephen and Brendan and Luke. Um,
yeah,
because everybody, if anyone's here that's not in the group, you should come over to the
yeah,
group because they're doing some amazing stuff on the forensics and all the evidence at the moment, and it's been good because while I've been not well, the group's been running fantastic, and it's great that good. It's great that everyone's been working well, and that it didn't. I don't mean that it fell apart because I wasn't there. I don't mean it like that. But when there's a small-ish team, and when one person's away, it can make a difference. But
Had
I'm
good
glad.
structure.
absolutely.
Eh?
Good structure. Good foundations. So it did.
Yeah.
So it does.
But the group's Jodie Jones and Luke Mitchell, Who Got Justice, the official group. Just in case anyone's saying, "What are you talking about, group? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?"
we are talking about the story
Yeah.
of Luke Mitchell and
Yeah.
Jodie Jones,
Yeah.
which is an horrible case, uh, tragic. And Luke today is still in jail for nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, again, and they don't have find the real killer of Jodie
Mm-hmm.
again,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's why we need to continue to talking
Mhm.
about
Yeah.
this kind of case because there is a lot of case like this.
There are. Yep.
Sadly,
And a
sadly.
lot of exoneration. So I mean, it's not just
Yeah,
people that are saying, "Oh, I'm
no, no, no,
innocent." There's
no, no,
a
no.
lot of
There
people
is a lot
being
of yeah.
being overturned.
Yeah.
So it shows there are major problems, and even like in the UK, some people that are released from being wrongfully convicted, there's basically like a gagging order put on them, so they're not allowed to disclose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
not
the-
something that's
the system.
widely known the way that it can be in America. But I mean, everything about the legal system in the UK is a well, I mean, it's two different legal systems, you know, Scotland and England.
Yeah.
But just that whole, you don't get the freedom of information for the case papers and stuff like that. You just don't. Same as Belgium, you just don't get.
Yeah,
access
same. No,
to-
you don't have access. No.
Yeah,
It's
and I
not
always
like
say,
in
why
America.
not? You know, why
Yeah.
not? You know,
Yeah, it's
It's,
the freedom of information.
Mhm.
So it seems
Yeah.
logic then everybody could be access to these files to
yeah,
dig in the truth. And
Yeah.
but
I
no,
know.
not in Belgium, not in
No.
UK, not in Scotland, not in
No.
not in Europe. I think. I don't.
Jerome, do you have Sandra's book handy? You've got everybody else's book. Don't go looking for it if you don't have it there. He usually has all the books. He has all the books.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's his one that he got directly from Sandra as a
Ah, yeah.
gift because she loves Jerome. Didn't you?
And I have an autograph.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I know, it's amazing. Oh, do you know? I understand the not wanting to interact.
I'm so
much
proud.
because I'm the same in the group at the moment. I'm like, I don't know what to say. But yeah, I mean, we try and keep on top of anyone being funny if people do interact. You know, it's like it is a friendly group.
Oh yeah, and I recommend you
Mhm.
also Illusion of Justice by my buddy Jerome Buting. What a lovely name, Jerome.
Yes.
And John Ferrac's book, The
Yep.
Wrecking Crew, not the French Wrecking Crew, only the Wrecking Crew. Yeah, he take inspiration on me, I know, but I'm too
Yeah.
humble to say that.
And when's Jerome's book coming out?
Ah, you maybe had
it's
put something.
mhm. It's Jodie Jones and Luke Mitchell Who Got Justice, the official group. That's what it's called. Oh no, I'm not logged into my Facebook because I got the link. I can put the link in to give it. I'll put it in the comments after the video if you want to go back. But you'll find it on Facebook. It's Jodie Jones and Luke Mitchell Who Got Justice, the official group. Because we're doing it for both of them. It's not just a case of,
No.
waving our fists for Luke's freedom. It's, if we have a big doubt, about the conviction, then it means that there's someone out there that brutally murdered Jodie, and they're out there free, living their life, and
Yeah.
she's not, so yeah.
Yeah, there is no justice for Jodie, like there is no justice for Teresa. It's the
Yep.
same.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Stephen reiterated that quite clearly today in that message
Yeah.
about Teresa.
Oh yeah.
I know.
He's thinking about her, and he's incredible.
Thanks, Fane. Thanks, Fane.
Yeah, he's incredible. He continued to thinking about Teresa and
Yeah.
her killer, and find justice for her and for people who are in the same situation of him, because there is a lot of innocent people
Yeah.
in prison. I don't say they are all innocent. No,
No.
they are not all innocent, but there is a lot of people innocent in
There
prison
are. There are.
because they are black or they are poor or
Yeah.
it's
They don't fit into the perfect little box of society.
yeah.
If you don't fit in that perfect little box, it's like we'll put you in another little box.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it?
Yes.
Put
true.
the link up. I did it on my phone. The
Yeah.
link for the
What?
group.
Jerome, what's the media like in Belgium? Is it does it
Whew.
look to tell the truth, or is it controlled by
Say,
billionaires and
Not
it's
not
they are
billionaires, but yeah, it's controlled by the government, and I that
like our media? It'll never go with a positive story. It's always
oh
negative.
yeah, it's the same. Yeah,
Always
here is the same. Yeah.
and I think it has an effect on the population, and I
Oh
don't think they
yeah,
realise it. Because see, when you're out and about and people are so negative about everything, and I go, where do they get that negativity from? It's like, why do you have to look at everything in such a negative way?
yeah,
You
I
know,
know.
and it's the newspapers, it's the radio, it's the television,
Television. Yeah.
it's and
Always
it,
bad news in the
mhm,
wrong way. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's the
yes,
same in Belgium. Yeah, yeah, I know.
yeah,
And it affects you
yeah,
because all the time listen bad news.
mhm,
It's not good for you, for your soul, for your spirit, for
yeah,
your so yeah. I in Belgium I don't think they are really control. I mean really control like they are in
yeah,
America, like like s- some channel and some paper in America, but they are not impartial. You see,
yeah,
they are, if it's the story of the government of the establishment, they go on this way.
yes,
If it's a different story, they don't want. How can I say that? I think that yeah, I think they are awkward, and but yeah, it's just an example. I was in touch with someone from the Belgium television who was interested by what I'm doing,
yes,
and I was recontacted by her, telling me, yeah, I'm sorry, but I saw your channel, but you don't speak in French. And I say, yeah, for sure. I receive people we don't speak French. So if I speak French, they will don't understand anything. So it's
yeah,
an obligation for me to talk in English with the people I invite on my channel.
yes,
And so they told me, yeah, but like you don't talk in French in your video, it's not really interesting for us to talking about. You see? So
yeah,
yeah, it's the media. But yeah, so okay. It was really great to have
yeah.
you tonight. Neil, it was a surprise.
yes,
Thank you very much.
nice.
That's
And
why I was trying to
Very
get
much
him.
so.
yeah, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sharon. And thank you for everything. Really, again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
you're
I, re-
welcome.
I really hope you have enjoyed the show. And I will let you finish. And after, I will say what I have to say. But go ahead.
who are you asking to finish?
Oh, you both. You both.
Oh, right,
Get to bed.
it's good night from her,
Oh, yeah.
and it's good night from.
Oh, don't say that. But no, it was great. I'm glad I came on, and I knew I would be fine. I knew I would be fine on with Jerome, and obviously Neil. Obviously, you
Obviously.
know, obviously.
For
you
me,
know,
it was again a great moment. It's always a great moment to
yeah,
have people like you, people I love, people spontaneous, people
yeah.
true. And what can I say? If you have done so already, please subscribe. And I see you.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye bye.